Yes, and it's another Sunday afternoon at Optus Stadium, folks, where the Fremantle Dockers play host to St Kilda. Looking forward to the Savos' big game. The Dockers just getting over the line last weekend. We've got a new expert in town, Andrew Embley, unavailable for selection, Xavier Ellis, so we bring in the big gun.
It's like Hunger Games over here at the moment with the situation we find ourselves in. Only the weak have fallen so far, and Embers is on his knees. But we welcome Hamish Brayshaw to the call. Welcome, Hammer.
Yeah, thank you very much, X. Thanks, Locke. Good to be here. Sorry to have you unwell, Embers, but your loss is my gain.
We're actually not allowed to talk about why Embers isn't here at the moment.
Just unavailable for selection.
Unavailable. HMS.
But he might be back in 7 days, believe it or not.
So, Hammer, wearing the Andy Brayshaw badge.
Yes, I am.
That is very cute.
Yeah, well, I had a pin ordered online that was meant to come on Tuesday and hasn't, so must be something going on with Australia Post.
And, of course, the older brother of Andy, who is having a fine start to his season and really is the leader in the Fremantle midfield today without a Fife, Mundy and a few others.
Yeah, he's had a really, really good pre-season. I mean, he had a good year last year, started well, got a tag, so he learnt to deal with that. But, no, he's come on leaps and bounds. He's still young. He's got plenty of footy left to go, but he's really come into a good player.
Youngest Andy.
Yep.
Then it's you.
Then it's me, then Angus, and then we've got an older brother, Will.
Older brother.
Yeah.
And Will is probably the toughest.
Yeah,
I would suggest that Will might have them all covered. And I mean 3 at once if he had to.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Nah, fantastic. Looking forward to having you throughout the afternoon. X-Man, the Fremantle Dockers. We're waiting for the Saints to come in on the ground. We'll speak about them in a few moments' time. But no Mundy, no Brennan Cox, some big losses there. And we know Nat Fife is out for several weeks, could be 6, maybe even 10 weeks.
What were the reports yesterday?
There was a report that maybe it's more the shoulder than the back.
A career sort of situation.
Yeah.
Which do you believe it's the back, isn't it?
No, it's the back.
So he's having surgery this week, Fifey, the champion.
Had it yesterday.
Yep.
Okay. So he's had the back surgery. Fifey said on the projector in the week, 3 to 6 weeks, I will eat my hat twice over if he's back in 3 weeks. I think middle of the season and beyond probably for Nat. So they've got to do their work now, Fremantle, because they're going to be without the champ for a while. Sometimes
it's a good thing. I know you want your best player playing each and every week, but sometimes for this team where they're at, the Fremantle Dockers, it's a good thing not to have him there because it puts a bit of pressure on your brother, Sarongs, a couple of those young boys that are ready to make that next step.
Yeah, I think so. Speaking to Andrew about the pre-season, the older fellas have really passed the keys to the car over. So they're putting the faith in the guys like Sarong and in Andrew, even Will Brodie, who's come in and is playing some really good footy. So they're really passing it on to the youth of the club to drive it forward. So, I think they'll be good.
And not an oversight too, and something that will help a lot, of course, is Fremantle's best and fairest winner from last year, returning Sean Darcy to help that midfield. So there's a couple of champions out there, but the bloke gets a start in the middle. Obviously, Sean Darcy. You can see the number 4 there. He's got that knee looks like it's just strapped on, doesn't it? But he looks like he's ready to go.
Who was was Jeff White, wasn't it? Who used to wear the big bandage on his knee? It was like the absolute mattress.
I think most of them, especially back in the day with the big run-ups and knee on knee, every single ruckman had a PCL injury at some stage, and Sean has himself. So it's probably the tape that we see there today is probably from an old injury, an old PCL from knee on knee.
So Alex Pearce will captain the side, the Savo, which is a great story.
From the muck house to the penthouse.
He's had so many injuries and now he's captain the team. And Joel Hamling to play his second game, Hammer, in over 3 years of footy. He's had a tough time.
Yeah, he has. And he's a really, really good guy too. Someone I've got to know a little bit through Andrew, but just never seems to let the injuries get him down. A workhorse, battling away at his rehab, and has given a lot to that football club in terms of leadership and the way he goes about his rehab and his footy. So it's really good to see him back out there today.
Saints fans, we haven't forgotten about you. They have just made their way onto the ground. A lot of Saints fans in Perth. Perth love St Kilda. It's like
let me have a look.
Melbourne, Collingwood.
It's
50%.
No, I've got 6. I can see 6 of them.
No, they're all out there. They were there when they ran through
4,
the banner.
Okay, we'll go 10. Don't oversell the size of the St Kilda supporter base in Perth. Right.
Damn.
There's 6 of them.
What have you made of the Saints so far?
Oh, they were disappointing last week. Very disappointing last week. But Collingwood rectified their form yesterday by getting rid of Adelaide quite comfortably, which then also what happens with Fremantle's win last week when you see how poor Adelaide were yesterday. But the Saints, they're midfield. I just look forward to seeing Jack Steele play any game of football possibly. Andy v Jack Steele is going to be a fantastic matchup. And then, of course, you throw in a Crouch, Ross, Gresham. Brad Hill last week was so slow to get going into that game, and he's someone that St Kilda scream out and cry and pay him such the big money to run off half back and run along the wings and get him going. I think he had 18 in the second half last week, so hopefully that continues on for St Kilda fans, because if they don't have Brad Hill and maybe a bit of aggression or something doing that classy stuff, they can be a bit dour, I think. So Steele and Crouch, they'll get the ball out, but they've got to use those blokes that do have the class.
Now, of course, Ream Hot Water is looking after us this afternoon. Built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. And ask a plumber to install a Ream. How'd you go last week? Do you think the great man sitting alongside me? No,
Tommy.
The other one, Tommy.
Tommy was fantastic.
Yeah.
I always say I'm a big supporter of him, honest with you. I'm pushing for him to do more time over in Melbourne. I think.
Oh, really?
The progression's going to be quick.
Is that
we just saw Lance Franklin kick 1,000 goals?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Buddy in the 38 jumper.
Yeah.
Happens very quickly. You wear 23.
Oh,
I see that you got Hammer in because you're looking to take this chair, so you just
the
little succession move.
No, he's onto me.
Welcome, Tommy. Great to have you on board. Filling in the boots of Dennis Committee.
Can we stop?
Okay.
No, it's
This is the last week.
So we've actually had to change Beast's last name to Smith. So there's no more committee chat anywhere in this box. Tom gets that nervous he's about to launch himself out a window.
The fact now it's the Tom Atkinson Media Centre is beyond a joke. But anyway, I mean, he's only gone. Dennis has only been gone one game, and you've taken over the whole Media Centre.
It wasn't me with the texter lock. Sometimes you have fans and they just want to help you out.
All right, Jack Steele's been mentioned. Where does he rate? I mean, we've seen over this weekend Paddy Cripps carve it up earlier in this round two. We've seen
Lockie Neal
explode yesterday. Petrarca, of course, last night. Where does Jack sit in the echelon of these midfielders?
I think he's up there in your top 5 to 10. I think he's such a strong, dominant player. He's always going to get you 30 touches. It's so hard to tag or run with a bloke like that who's got such strong attributes around the stoppage and then can spread and get on the end of them so well.
Yeah, if I had to pick a player for one game and one game only, grand final mode, I'm probably going at Christian Petrarca or someone over Jack Steele. That's not his type of game, but his worst is an 8 out of 10 and his best is 30 and 3 goals. So there's absolutely no difference between he's good and he's bad. That's why he's a leader of this footy club and just tough as nails too. He's got that, doesn't matter what happens, he'll get up and keep getting up. And before you know it, he's got all the teammates on his back. He's spectacular to watch.
What did you make of Jack Hayes last week? Because we know I think Paddy Ryder's still a week away.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see Paddy Ryder too much more, to be honest. Paddy would be 34, 35.
So if he's fit, can they fit them all in? So you've got Membry, King, Hayes, Ryder up there as well. Are they too tall?
Oh, I think too tall. Yeah, no, I don't think you can. And I'm an advocate hugely for these state league players who have dominated the state league. I think it shouldn't be mandated, but every single footy club should grab the best player out of the state league with their last selection at a bare minimum at the draft. And who knows who you'll land. Hayes has 20 and kicks 3 in his first game. He's dominated SANFL football for a long period of time, and I just feel as though at the end of the year, if you can get the best player from another waffle club over here or SA or VFL or whatever it is, at a bare minimum, they're going to make your state league side better in developing those kids.
Well, I mean, you just need to look at West Coast, for example. Tim Kelly was there.
Yeah.
Matt Prittis. You take good waffle players or sample players in Hayes' respect. You just get good players out of it, and you don't need any development.
They haven't been hand gifted anything. They've worked their backside off. I use Sam Mitchell's journey in AFL football as a perfect example. Too fat, too small, too slow, too everything he couldn't do. But they're footballers, and a lot of these people we overlook are just football.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, we saw it earlier today that there were several West Coast Eagles players who had done exactly that. Top-up players, Aaron Black kicked a goal, Mountford as well kicked a goal.
After eating a pie in the stands before the game.
For those over in the east listening in, and even the local audience as well, Hamish Brayshaw is on the top-up list for the Fremantle Dockers.
And their time's coming, Locke.
How do we manipulate this to make sure that when you actually play as a top-up player, that your brother's playing as well? Because there'd be nothing worse than him.
And there's every chance if one Brayshaw gets it, the other's nearby. So that's the awkward thing.
Oh, we've got him locked up at home. He's not doing much. He's training home. But, I'm sure Fremantle's time will come where they get hit by COVID. I think, 14 changes or something today for the Eagles.
Yeah,
so it doesn't take long.
Jackson Nelson.
Yeah, I laid out.
Got away. Can I ask, have you been down there? You work at the West Coast Eagles.
Yep.
Have you been down at Fremantle at all to get to know anyone? Have you spoken to anyone?
I've spoken on the phone a few times. Bob Murphy gave me a call just to sort of get acquainted. The way it works, unless they have 30 or less available, they can't dip into that
dip into play or dip into train?
Dip into train at 30, dip into play at 28.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be 28.
No.
It should be 21. If you're drafting players onto your list, you shouldn't be able to play someone from a different league.
But I mean, we saw it last week. West Coast used up all their drafted players. They could have used their top-up players last week, but decided to do their drafted players. Today they only had 17, 18 available.
Yeah, great. So that's when your top-ups come in. But if you've got 27...
You should still be playing?
Absolutely.
But what about kids like... I
don't care.
No disrespect. You had Cullen Jamieson,
Jack Williams.
They're too raw, aren't they?
Don't draft them. Put them in the state league.
But the idea of drafting him is to get ready for AFL footy. Now, it might take 2 or 3 years
I get that,
for some of those kids.
Well, I get that, but you can't just go, oh, no, we're paying you to be an AFL footballer, we're not going to play you.
I think it comes down to positional replacements too. I mean, for example, if West Coast had lost their entire midfield today, you're going to dip into a top-up midfielder as opposed to play Callum Jamieson on the ball. So I think regardless of drafted players...
Today might be the outlier too, I think. They have 15.
Yeah, in 1 week.
They get that at Freo.
They should have, being a bit tongue-in-cheek here, Simo and them would have been hoping 15 became 30 pretty quickly and just get it done completely. Because who knows next week? What else is going to... I heard him say today maybe a couple more might have tested positive. So who knows what Monday might hold, Tuesday. Before you know it, they might have 10 again.
The game should never have gone ahead, though, surely.
Oh, they did announce, though, the top players there for a reason.
Yeah, but...
And every club's going to have it. We say that Victoria and them, they've all had it. Doesn't mean in 12 weeks' time it's not going to be their turn again.
I know, but surely that game today, the integrity of the comp...
Well, they nearly won it.
It's put into question.
Yeah.
They could have
shows
won it.
More about North Melbourne than does
North Melbourne were woeful. They're lucky it wasn't 14 other clubs because it could have been a big margin.
Hey, we've got Hammer here, so that's exciting. A fresh face, although we had him, last year a little bit and all throughout the pre-season. We've got a new face as well. Do you want to introduce her?
Who's that?
On the boundary.
I'm hoping it rains, actually. I really hope it rains. One of the Triple M family, an absolute star. You see her on TV calling the races. Dead set legends for Triple M on Saturday mornings. Britt Taylor, welcome to Triple M Footy.
Oh, good afternoon, boys. Nothing like you, Zay, for a nice warm welcome to say I hope you just buckets down on you. I expected nothing less of you. But no, so far the rain looks like it might stay away, although the clouds are really getting over the top of our heads now.
Now, Britt, I need to know, did you go autopilot into Belmont Racecourse or you found Optus okay?
Found Optus okay, but I must admit, in coming down to get our spot right next to the ground, I had a good view of Belmont. I thought this is going to work beautifully throughout the winter. Just Belmont on the Saturday, walk across the bridge straight to the footy for the night.
And where did you park your horse, Britt?
Yeah, just out to gate 8.
Don't worry about the horse. Britt, very nice car. Can't say anything.
There we go, Britt. Welcome to you. Great to have you aboard downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marts. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy 3, get 1 free. And it's back on Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama and Dunlop. BobJane.com.au. Did you see the toss of the coin?
Was it the Spud King?
Was it really?
Was it Tony Gallardi?
Not
Tony
the brow.
Gallardi's throwing up the coin.
Was he out there throwing it up?
I know, it looked browish. I don't know if it was
Didn't
him
he
or
cut
not.
his brows for telethon last year?
No, I think they're back. When they say shave off, they come back twice as big. I was platinum from the box.
All right, so we're not too far away from the bounce of the footy. It will be the Fremantle Dockers kicking to the left of your dial, and they're up against the Saints and looking forward to this game. Saints need to rebound. The Dockers looking to go 2-0 to start their season for the first time since 2015. Bouncing the footy. Meek starts in the ruck, up against Marshall. The big ruckman go at it. Switkowski in the middle to start this game. The paddle out's a good one. Tucker running onto it, caught in a good tackle by Steele, thrown to the turf, and will ball it up. So Sean Darcy starting in the forward 50 for the Fremantle Dockers to get us underway. Quick kick away is a good one, up towards half forward, fisted away from Membry. Gresham onto it, he can't pick it up after he kicked it along the ground, throwing himself at it is Clark. Then a missed hand pass by Ryan. It comes back into the hands of Gresham. Snaps it round the corner. Will it bounce through? And it hasn't. It hit the post. And it's through for a minor score. Just 1 for the Saints. A minute gone in this first quarter. And that is on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboards.
As Young brings it in for Fremantle. Out of the square, goes long, down the line towards the boundary line. A strong mark taken by the captain for today, Alex Pearce.
Poor by memory and had to bring that down. Marshall also had to compete. That's 2-on-1, too easy by Pearce.
So Pearce, half-back here for Fremantle. He comes down the line. Darcy's there, so's Meek. The Twin Towers falls into the hand of Tucker, almost taken high. Ump calls play on. Goes and gets in Akers. Handballs. Brayshaw falls over after he picks it up. Back to Akers. Just tries to brush the tackle for Membry, and he can't do so. It's holding the ball, and St Kilda played advantage. In fact, it's going to come back, and Tim Membry will take it on the near side wing. Tim Membry, good last week. The Saints kicking 3. Griffin Lloyd will take the mark. So right on the Toyota Premiership logo, Tim Membry for St Kilda. They lead by a point. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Just goes long into the pocket. And it's just punched away there by Fremantle by big Lloyd Meek. Goes across the boundary line. We'll throw it in.
Sinclair starting in around the football too, as I said before the game. St Kilda super dour in there last week until Sinclair started to run a bit of a muck, starting in the middle.
Ball thrown back into play. 35 around from the Saints goal. A little short on the ruckman. Now it's gathered and kicked forward by Akers. Received the hand pass from Young. It'll bounce over the line and we'll throw it back into play. Approaching wing. Didn't introduce the great man down the end as well, the big beast, Mark Committee. We got carried away with the old man. Apologies, Beastie. What
that's
you?
All right. Smithy, you mean to call
Smithy.
me?
Smithy. Okay. Smithy.
Smithy, according to X.
Welcome, Smithy. So we'll get back into it. 1 plays nothing. The Saints with the first score of the game. Here's Sinclair. He'll kick it inside, attacking 50 again, running back with the fly to the foot. He nearly mucked up his opponent. It was Young, and then King tried to kick it, missed it completely, and he's been copped high as well. A little hip and shoulder from Young. The Steele gathers, kicks deep, inside attacking 50 to the goal square. Clark's there, so too Ryan. Does really well. Shrugged off the tackle to Young. Now to Clark. The speed of Fremantle's defence is good. The kick along the line, marked by Schultz. At right half back for the Dockers. They trail by 1. We've gone 3 minutes now in this first quarter. Schultz has been slowed down, now told to play on. We'll kick it along the line. It's 3 against 1, a bad option. Marshall there to take a big mark deep in defence.
So Marshall comes inboard quickly and finds Higgins almost in the centre of the ground. Saints lead it by 1 point. Call to play on, goes long inside 50. Marking contest here. Big Hayes just throws his opponent out of the way. And Logue for Fremantle at the back just mop things up and goes back to Young. Wants his left. Little dummy. Gets rid of Membry. His pass, though, has almost been intercepted, but they got it back here, Fremantle. Little handballs come through to Elite. Swikowski on half-back. Just beats his opponent. Hand pass off to Brayshaw. Brayshaw wants to go by hand and does. Comes out here to Tucker on the wing right in front of us here in the broadcast box. Goes short. He finds Akers. Akers is a loose man and Darcy. Darcy's marked it now for Freo. They're off and running. Back to Brayshaw. Streams to 50. Goes long towards goal. He shoots at the back. And the diving spoil comes over the top from Patton. Across the boundary line. We'll throw it in left forward pocket here for Fremantle.
Free kick here to St Kilda, I think it might be. Not sure what happened. Sonny Walters has put his hand up, but that doesn't surprise me.
But it is going Freo's way. Well, St Kilda's free kick.
St Kilda free kick.
So Bradley Hill will take the free kick. And he'll play on quickly to the pocket. And the Saints have it. Plenty of replays of the incident involving King. Had a bit of a hit. He was knocked to ground. We'll catch up with Britt in a moment to see whether he's A-OK. I think he's still on the ground, which is promising signs as the ball's been fisted over the line and out of bounds. Did you see the Triple M Harvey Norman replay? Great savings on Smeg cooking appliances now at Harvey Norman.
Yeah, double header for King there. He actually missed the football completely on the Harvey Norman replay and then copped a little bump high and thought, I'm going to rectify it by a free kick here. Didn't get either. So a minute that King would love to have back.
Ball thrown back into play and it's going nowhere. So we'll ball it up again. Sinclair with the long locks. 5 minutes gone. Just one behind St Kilda. Fremantle yet to score. And as the ball's being paddled out to the advantage of the Saints, the quick kick forward will go inside attacking 50. All on his own is Pearce, skipper for the day for the Dockers. And another possession for Brayshaw at right half back. He'll kick it out wide towards the wing. It's a long one. There'll be Saints players all around Meek, but it was brought to ground. Swikowski roved it, did a little bit of holding on. And Aish will take the free kick. Surely that's not advantage. It was about half an hour after the free kick was called. It'll come back towards Aish, who's on the wing. One behind St Kilda. The Dockers yet to score. 6 minutes gone. And that is for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
To Aish by foot to Ryan, who goes by short by foot again to Tucker. He's got it in the centre of the ground. Swings onto his left. Just switches play up. Here's Joel Hamling back into the side. Good to see him back by hand to Logue. Not sure where to go is Logue. Back to Hamling. He goes deep into the pocket. Here's the lobster. He can't mark. Falls to ground. Tackle tried to be laid by Schultz. And St Kilda just kicked it out of their defence. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And that came from Joyce.
Setting up really well behind the footy here, Fremantle. Their halfbacks are getting involved. Hayden Young getting a little bit of the footy, getting it going forward for them. They just need to get on the scoreboard now.
So Logue brings it in from the free kick and goes short and finds Young. He's 60 from home. Left half forward, just puts it up looking for lob. Here comes Big Meek. Second grab, couldn't take the mark. It's punched across the boundary line. We'll throw it in left forward pocket for Fremantle.
Dangerous kick, but it needs to be more corridor based. Too easy to punch out of bounds there for St Kilda. Just more to the top of the square, Fremantle.
Saints still lead it by 1. Low scoring at the moment. Darcy out of the ruck. Tried to get the hand pass away. Marshall putting his pressure on. It's with Akers now. Hand passed over his head. Young getting a lot of possessions for Red Z. Good hand pass to Brayshaw. Now Young, 45 out on the angle, decides to kick to the top of the goal square. Wangaleen Malera gathers to Wilkie by hand. Now to Brad Hill. A few boos from the fans as his hand pass will be turned over. Gathered by Schultz. Frederick, he couldn't hold on to it. Ross is there. Gives it back by hands to Webster, and he's turned it over. Dockers will go forward again. Fumbled mark, though, from Strong, I think it is. He was caught high, no free kick. The umpire holding the ball. Freo fans won't be happy with that. Sarong was taken down.
Could have killed him.
Could have killed him. And the free, in the end, was holding the ball St Kilda's way. They lead it by 1, now 8 gone in this first term.
Deep in their defence, the Saints just switch things up. They come to the near side of the ground and they go long here from Battle down the line. The mark's been taken by Wilkie.
Control the ball here a little bit, St Kilda. They haven't had their hands on it at all as they take off again.
So a bit of run, goes back to Battle down the line. Here's King, strong hands. Put the big jukes up in front of Pearce and took it and plays on quickly. And he's got an open man, no one around him. Higgins has marked it, 30 out on the angle.
He's a handful to deal with, Max King. So tall, so strong, can jump. He's just a nightmare to defend up the ground as well.
Unsure what Logue was doing. Then from the mark with King, he was standing next to Higgins and then stood 15 metres in front of him as Higgins was about 40 metres from the kicker. Too easy for St Kilda.
So Higgins is about 30 out on a slight angle. Goalless last week in the match, and he's shanked this one to the right, through for one behind. St Kilda take their score to 2 points. The Dockers yet to score. We've got 9 minutes here in the first term. The Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
And for McDonald's, feed the whole team with a Macca's 40-piece chicken McNuggets pack today, available from 10:30am. The kick out, it's a good one, just outside the defensive 50 for Freo, and Logue's taken the mark. So 2 behind the Saints. The Dockers yet to get on the scoreboard. Short passes low to the ground, and Ryan's taken it. They'll switch play to the far side now. Good kick from Ryan to Chapman, and he spreads it out wide, hoping for the run of Clark. He was held up for a moment as he bombs it up towards the wing. That ball went a country kilometre as Frederick did really well. Paddled it forward to Banfield. Slapped it round on his left. Inside attacking 50 Schultz from behind. Couldn't take it. Lob gathers, kicks to an open goal line. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Disappointing miss in the end from the big fella. Not even a score yet for Freo. We've gone 10 minutes in this first term.
No, we can pass all this 10 minutes up and bin it. I think there hasn't really been too many highs. King's had his fluffy moment. Sarong had his. St Kilda, as I said moments ago, just try and hold the footy a little bit. It just seems so rushed.
So in defence here, the Saints just chip things around. Ends up with Webster. He's about 20 metres out from the square in defence. Jimmy Webster just called to play on the left foot. Goes long. Here's Ryan for the Dockers. Just dropped what he should have taken. The ball spilled now. Going in is Ross. He's tackled strongly by Sarong. Chapman's there as well for the Dockers. Steele picks it up. He's been tackled by Brody. Comes back, and the long kicks come from St Kilda down the line. A nice mark's been taken by Alex Pearce. He's at half-back, switches by foot and finds Logue. Plenty of space here for Freo to move. Goes short and finds Chapman. Of course, the match winner last week, Heath Chapman. Beautiful kick to Aish, which is coming in from behind and takes the mark is Lienhart. He's got it, and the Saints are on the move here into the middle of the ground. Here's Butler. Out the back they're going to go. He goes by hand to Steele. Steele goes short. He's turned it over. It's not 15 though. And Freo now have the ball. And Schultz has marked it on the near side wing.
Scraped it off the ground. 2 behind St Kilda. The Dockers yet to score. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Kick in the middle of the ground. It's good to Tucker. He was a little lazy in his kick. Frederick might make it look okay. Walters, though, picked it up and hand passed straight to Webster. They can get going on their bike now. The Saints, Sinclair, low to the ground, hand pass. Now it ends up in the hands of Crouch. And in the back down the field, it was a free kick against Tucker. So Crouch will take it a little further down the ground. The short pass is okay. Patton has it. Wants to spread it out wide. Gresham running past. The kick inside 50. King on the lead. Can't take it. He runs straight into Ryder. Throws him onto the turf. Strong tackle from him. Schultz also caught in a big tackle. 45 outs. And we'll have a ball up. So not enthralling in terms of the scoring, but the tackling and the endeavour's been there for both teams. 2 behind St Kilda. The Dock is yet to score.
Centre half forward here for St Kilda. He's trying to burst through as Young. He's had a plethora of the ball in the first quarter. It comes out to Schultz, just lays one on the boot over the top. He's trying to find Long, but a strong hip and shoulder is laid by Akers, and he goes and picks the ball up. And he's taken across the boundary line. We'll throw it in right in this near side wing. The Saints lead by 2 points.
As we've been speaking of, boys, Hayden Young off to a fast start. 7 disposals for him already on the Triple M Red Z lending stats.
For Darcy, back into the side this week after missing the win over Adelaide. It's going to be up against Marshall. Wins it down, taken by Sinclair. He's tackled. Comes out to Hayes. Hayes goes to McKenzie. Back to Hayes, to Crouch by hand. Here's Lienhart in defence. Just Long down the line. That man again, though, Young. Can't take the mark. It's sprawled over the top by Marshall. And we'll throw it in right half forward for St Kilda.
First term inside 50 is now 8-5 in favour of the Saints, also on the Triple M Red Z lending stats.
Good on you, Beastie. Red Z lending, loans for the self-employed. Or Smithy. You get totally confused this afternoon. Thanks. This ball's thrown down and a high tackle laid on Andy Brayshaw. They'll take the free.
Started well, Andy. He must know Hames in the box.
Oh, yeah, he's turning on a little special one for the older brother. How many years?
Just the 1 year old, 18 months.
Oh, mum and dad were active around that time.
4 under 5.
Oh, gee, hold back, Brayshaw's. Short pass, a good one to Brody. So 13 minutes have gone. We've had just 2 points scored, going the way of St Kilda. The Dockers yet to get on the board in their first home game here at Optus Stadium. Kick inside, attacking 50. Plenty of players hovering around the footy. He might be in a little bit of trouble hovering over the ball was Joyce, and he is.
Yeah, he's red hot on
top
that
of it.
rule.
Yeah, they are red hot on it. Roy Lobb going to have to kick it from 53. Hammer, what do you think?
I saw him warming up, kicking shots from about here before, so he's got the distance in him. It's whether or not he's online. But we got a pretty good view at it.
He's a bit unlucky there, Joyce. He fumbled the mark, then fell to the ground, and 2 came over the top of him to lay the tackle on. So Lobby looks a little close to the man on the mark as he approaches. Lucky for the starter. Sends it on his way. How dare we doubt the big fella. Smacked it through from 50. 1 straight 6. The Fremantle Dockers, St Kilda just 2 behinds. 14 and a half gone. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job easier.
A little bit of a lucky one there. St Kilda should have taken the mark to start with. Joyce dropped the mark and then landed on the footy, holding the ball. Switkowski was there and Roy Lobb was there, both at the tackle at the same time. Fortunately for Fremantle supporters, Roy Lobb got the kick because he can kick at 55. Went back and drove it home with a beautiful set shot, only from 3 or 4 steps, and went whacked.
His 3rd of the year on the Red Z lending stats.
Triple M Seabus super special comments from Zave and Hamish this afternoon, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Seabus for all of us. So we bounce it again, and Freo lead by 4 points. Darcy tries to win it down Switkowski. Here's Brody, just bustles his way through, just bumps off the tackle, gets it to Frederick, back to Brayshaw, high up and under kick, tries to go over the back here, but Hill just spoils it away for St Kilda behind Collier, and we'll throw it in on the 50-metre line.
Brad Hill copying a little bit from the fans early. Surprised by that. I think Fremantle did pretty well out of that situation.
It's the boundary throw in. Again, here's Darcy at the back, just pushes opponent out of the way, takes it, kicks it towards lob. But coming across, taking a very nice mark is Josh Battle. And Battle's done very well on a spearing pass out wide. He's found Mason Wood. Wood's got it. At half-back by hand, goes to Hill. There's the booze again. As Hill just puts on the jets and takes away from Schultz, but his kick is ordinary. Turnover to Chapman for Freo. To Young by hand, to Darcy, back to Chapman. He's dropped it. Turnover again. Here's St Kilda. Brad Crouch has some run from Butler. Picks it up on the bounces. Butler on the left. Little kick though is being intercepted by Pearce. He's tackled strongly. Butler's got it back. On the left again for Butler to the front of the square. And Logue's come across and punched it away from King. It's through from one behind. The Saints have their third. They go to 3 points. They trail by 3 points. We've gone 17 minutes in the first term.
Saints just making it hard on themselves with some really, really easy mistakes. 3 behinds could easily have been 3 goals with just an element of composure and class.
So the kick out will come to this broadcast side. To the edge of the centre square.
Wow.
Battle, terrific mark. So that's his second for the game where it's been contested and he's held on to it. The kick inside 50. King nearly took hold of it. Young under pressure, hand passes to the goal square. Hamling's there. He just hand passes to a crowd of players. It'll be turned over. On the angle, Burns will kick it to the top of the goal square. And Steele nearly took an absolute ripper. Now Hamling's under pressure. His hand pass to a cluster of players, and Pearce is there as well. Only 10 metres out from goal. It's St Kilda's end of the grounds, and we'll throw it up. They're 3 behinds.
Yeah, you talk about composure and class there, X. Josh Battle takes a really good mark, kicks it in. Max King drops what he probably should have taken, and they're having a shot on goal.
All thrown up again. Seabar Super looking after Hamish Brayshaw. As the hand passes out to a bit of open space, running at it is Schultz. He really put his body on the line on that occasion. Brought down was Ryan. And we'll ball it up now, 30 out.
Talks about Hawthorn last year chasing Schultz, surprised me, but I've watched him pretty close. He's a very, very good footballer, barometer for Fremantle.
The ball up from St Kilda's goal comes down to Ryan. He slaps it on the boot. Picked up by Chapman. He goes by hand to the high, up and under kick outside of the defensive 50. Big lob. Takes a very nice chest mark, jumping over the top as Lobster. He's on fire so far in the first term.
Switches on if he wants to take it. Long down the line.
So lob at half back, does what Zabe says. Long down the line. He's Banfield at the front, Meeks at the back. Spikowski Rhodes picks up. He goes Freo through Brayshaw. At the back here is Schultz. He tries to beat off his opponent. Hill slaps it over the back. Here comes the run from Collier. Freo going to get their second. Beautiful play from Lockie Schultz. Just tapped it over his head and Trav Collier picked it up and kicked the easiest of goals. And Freo have now through their second. They go to 2 straight 12. The Saints are 3 behinds. The margin 9 points.
Yeah, really special stuff there from Schultz. But you talk about the class of those sort of players, but another one is Switkowski in the middle. Just a really quick feed out handball to Andrew, gets it going forward. So they're 2 smalls waxing on, waxing off there. Results in a pretty easy shot on goal for Collier.
Geez, that was classy by Schultz, wasn't it? Collier's got the speed on probably 99% of the competition. Schultz just had to put that back over his head. Knew Collier was going to be first back to it. Fantastic finish.
Good call, Tommy. It's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, and a huge range of electrical and products and services, making tradies' jobs easier.
Oh, this 666 rule, it's got to go. Did you watch Collingwood yesterday?
No.
Oh, it's a debacle.
So 9 points is Fremantle's lead. Sinclair out of the middle, snaps it round the corner up towards centre half forward. Good mark though by Young. How many red Zs for Young so far, Beastie, in this game as he goes short?
He just clocked into double figures, mate, 10.
Wow.
And he just went to another bloke who went to double figures in Brayshaw.
He's got doubles as well.
Stay out of this, X. Come on, let Smithy have it.
Sorry, Smithy. He's up to 11 now, Smithy.
Come on.
Smithy is looking after Red Z lending, and that was Brayshaw kicking it out wide and Meeks taking the mark.
At what stage do you think, because Andy is by far their best midfielder today, Andy Brayshaw, at what stage do you let him run loose? 11 disposals early, 5 is the most for St Kilda. You've got to keep an eye on him.
He's hovering around the footy now as Banfield kicks inside attacking 50. Schultz is there trying to use his body. In the end, it'll come out the back towards Bradley Hill. And he'll kick it along the line. Young's read it best, but it went through his hands. Wood's there for the Saints. Tried the hand pass to Ross, but it was to his feet. Did really well, Ross. Got away the hand pass. And then a turnover. Will Brodie's there. Hand pass to the top of the 50. Elite Switkowski to Sarong. Quick hands to Meek. Now the Chapman slips over. Had to get it on the boot really quickly. This could be really dangerous. Although it comes into the hands of Clark. Got some speed on the left. Kicks it. Oh, Lobb should have taken the mark. Schultz was there as well. Comes into the hands now of Banfield. 50 out, gives it to Akers. The high kick. Darcy running back with the flight of the footy on Collier. Had a fumble. Didn't pick it up in time. Hand pass straight to Wood. And he'll kick it outside his defensive 50 to Young, who fumbles the mark.
He goes back and gets it though. He's Young, but he's tackled now by the big fella from St Kilda. And instead it comes down to Brodie. He has a shocking kick inside 50 along the ground. Here's Sunsun on the right. Picks it up. And he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
3 years ago, I've got the pen and not marking that down as a goal to Sonny. A bit quiet last week. He's such a classy player. Hopefully we see those highs again, but that was the belly of the football and out in the full by Sonny.
So for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy as Hill brings it out from defence. Long looks for Membry. Can't be taken at the front of Switkowski. Beautiful kick.
He gets another crack out of here, X.
He's found Sonny.
You mark this down. I'm going to do it already.
Get your 3-year-old pen out.
He'll be 30 metres out on the slightest of angles, and Sonny should go back and kick this.
15 gone.
At 31 years of age, Michael Walters has found himself as a permanent forward to start the season, with the young guns taking over in the midfield. Goalless last week. We'll go back, look for Freo's third. Easy as you like, he kicks it straight through.
Yeah, there he is. Put the moz on him in that other one, X, but he's knocked that one over. But again, that was just really good coming work from Freo down the line there. Switkowski got in, really clean, one take, get it back into a rush kick, forwards with front position. It's just pretty easy football.
Good on you, Hammer. Doing a great job. So to you, Broads. 15 points the margin for Bob Jane T-Mart's Brit on the boundary. Just 50% capacity down there. Tell us more about what's going on boundary side.
That's right, only 50% capacity here. Hey, the medical subs today. A lot of talk about the medical subs and the debutants. Well, Nathan O'Driscoll, the medical sub for Fremantle, making his debut, but will he actually get to the park? We'll wait and see. It's been a big talking point. Nazaya Wangani-Malera, nice to see him actually get an opportunity today after being unused last week.
Smooth, Brett. Smooth.
That's classy stuff. Bob Jane T-Mart's buy 3, get 1 free and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama and Dunlop. BobJane.com.au. There's a free out of the middle. What do you reckon about debutantes at subs?
Wanganeen yesterday was one. It shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't happen.
I don't think it should. I mean, in the grand final last year, there was a medical sub who walked away with a premiership medal. So it's a tough one.
The kick inside 50 is a good one. Membry's taken the mark for the Saints, so maybe a chance now to get a 6-pointer for them and get them off and racing. They're just the 3 behinds so far in the game.
Yeah, got to convert here, Membry. They've had a bit of the footy, Saints, but just have been rushed going inside 50 and haven't really looked like giving themselves a chance in front of goal. So
they
need
need
to put this one through.
here, don't they?
Oh, shivers, absolutely they do.
So it'll kick from 40 out on a slide angle. He's taking plenty of time. He's the big fella. And it's sprayed off the side of his boot just to the right-hand side. So should have nailed that one. Just 4 behinds for the Saints. And the Dockers, 3 straight 18. Tommy, 24, nearly 25 minutes gone in the first term at Optus Stadium.
As Ryan brings it out, spearing kick. Beautiful kick and found Tucker. It went about 55 metres, about 5 metres in the air as Tucker plays on. Wants to go short and comes to this near side and finds Akers.
I thought Seb Ross had just introduced himself to Andy, but they haven't. St Kilda just backing in their midfield one-on-one at the moment.
So Akers wanted to go to Chapman across the ground, but that was shut down. Instead, he goes long down the line. Meek can't get to the contest. And a very good mark's been taken here by Hayes. For St Kilda at half-back, goes short. Finds Sinclair, the mullet and free flow. Goes short again to Ross by hand. A bit of run to Gresham off half-back. Here's Membry on the lead. He's marked it.
Wind up and kick this. Back yourself to kick it. Ball travels well here.
So Tim Membry, 3 last week from 55. Goes short into the pocket.
Horrible.
Looking for Marshall. No mark can be taken. Trying to rope it here is Butler. Misses off the ground. The players dive in. The umpire wants to throw it up. Instead it gets out the back through Clark. Hand pass off to Brayshaw. Brayshaw short to Lobb. And Lobb's marked at half-back for Freo.
He has it 45 out from his defensive goal. How many Reds heads for Brayshaw now, Lobby, as a 50-metre penalty goes the big fella's way? Beastie?
12 now, up 12.
Oh, did he ever get 12? He would never have got 12 in the backyard. He would have been laid out.
No, absolutely. He was the bottom of the pile.
Lobby decides to switch play to the far side. The mark's been taken by Chapman, who's also racking up the touches. He goes short and it bounces in front of Aish. He gathers. Another short one to Young.
Go with him.
Here's another that's-keeping beast busy with the Reds heads as he switches out towards the boundary to Logue, and then Logue will kick inside 50. Banfield was the man in front, couldn't gather it. Switkowski with a little bit of speed and dash. Spins out of trouble from 35 out. Elite has hit the behind post, so that'll be out of bounds on the full.
What do you call him? Elite.
Well, champion data.
I thought that was the reference. I thought it was.
He's certainly living up to it today.
Yeah, he's a really good player. Not much made of him in recent years, but had a few injury troubles. Choice Hotels looking after around the grounds, North over West Coast and Richmond over the Giants earlier today as the ball's kicked out of defence for the Saints. The paddle went into the hands of Higgins. He couldn't gather it. Falls over. Gresham now will get it for the Saints and kick it out towards the boundary, and it'll bounce and bounce. Hamling will be very happy to see that over the line. And wow. He was under pressure. He snapped it round the corner. Probably came off the side of his boot as well. And it's deliberate as Hamling will take the free. Went short to Ryan. Told a little late that it wasn't 15. So hands it back to Hamling. It's a high one towards the wing. Running in was Hayes. Couldn't take it for the Saints. Here's Brayshaw again. Caught in a really good tackle. Couldn't get rid of the footy. And we'll ball it up right in front of us, just in front of the dugouts as we approach quarter time. It's not too far away. It's the Fremantle Dockers by 14.
So Hayes and Meek. Meek wins it down, but straight to Sinclair. He gives it to Steele. Left foot to half forward. The back here is Hamlin. Can't pick it up. Here's Higgins by hand. St Kilda have some space here. Goes over the top, but the siren's going to beat him. And Freo started the better here in the first term. The final game of the second round. The Dockers 3 straight 18. St Kilda held goalless in the first term, just a 4 behind. The margin is 14 points. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Feed the whole team with Macca's 40-piece chicken McNuggets pack today. Available from 10:30am.
Triple M is your home of the Marty Sheargold Show.
Do you ever wear jeans and thongs?
No. I hope not.
Correct. Just let me make a note of that. Correct.
Absolutely not.
Jeans and thongs.
Someone said to me recently that they never see people just wearing thongs out on the street anymore.
I'm wearing one right now.
Matt made a joke.
Yeah, it was a good one too.
It was good.
The Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
Code is the ultimate sports site for footy lovers. Get in-depth stories from the game's best writers, plus podcasts and videos. Whether you're into AFL or NRL, personalise your feed with my code and go deeper into the footy with codesports.com.au.
When my kids' plus ones bring their plus ones, we're going to need more McNugs delivered. Welcome to my world.
Get tonight's dinner delivered with the 40 Chicken McNugget Pack and new spicy sticky barbecue sauce from Macca's. With delivery available at select locations.
Great savings on Smeg cooking appliances now at Harvey Norman. Receive up to $600 cash back on selected Smeg Classic or Victoria cooking appliances. Save up to $1,500 on Smeg Portofino oven and range hood packages. Plus, enjoy peace of mind with a total 5-year warranty on Smeg upright cookers. Save $200 on Smeg Diamond Series dishwashers. Renovating, building, or just updating. Cashback via redemption. Exclusions, terms and conditions apply. See store for details. Choose Smeg appliances for your new kitchen and save. For a limited time only, now at Harvey Norman.
Beloved Tigers, it's true. I haven't seen every minute of every Richmond game. I didn't even know it was possible. To watch every game live with no ad breaks in play. No ads. I mean, wow. But I have Kaylee, Dusty! And Finally, I see what I've been missing. Rewalt! Please forgive me. Your biggest fan, Gary.
Never miss a moment of the team you love with KO Sports.
I just love you guys.
Having rented for 20 years, we've dealt with more than a few property managers along the way. Being treated with mutual respect was challenging, but that all changed when we met O'Brien.
Real life, real stories, real estate agents. O'BrienRealEstate.com.au.
Craig from EcoStar Double Glazing. Looking to save money on your ever-increasing energy bills this winter? Then future-proof your home with EcoStar's award-winning energy-efficient double glazed windows and doors. Get a free quote on your double glazed windows and doors this month and get up to 33% off and free indemnity insurance. Plus, take advantage of our tailored payment plans up to 10 years. For your free quote, call 1300 EcoStar today. EcoStar Double Glazing, reducing carbon emissions since 1979.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited Trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
Code is the ultimate sports site for AFL lovers. Get in-depth stories from the game's best writers, plus podcasts and videos. Personalise your feed with my code and go deeper into the footy at codesports.com.au.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
14 points is Fremantle's lead at quarter time here at Optus Stadium. Of course, for Choice Hotels around the grounds, need a break, book direct and save with choicehotels.com. It was North over West Coast and Richmond over the Giants earlier today. Our experts, the Savo, Xavier Ellis, can't get rid of him, and Hamish Brayshaw.
Well, I'm going to have a quick look at St Kilda. They shot themselves in the foot early. They had some opportunities. King missed his foot, then King dropped the mark that he would have taken. Yeah, it was a nice opportunity. It would have looked great, but he would take that mark 8 or 9 times out of 10. Couldn't get their hands on the footy. St Kilda, Andy Brayshaw's had 12. Absolutely dominating the midfield there, where you've got Gresham, Sinclair, Hill, Steele. They're chiming in with 6 or 7 disposals, but they're just not matching with Fremantle at the moment. They can't get their hands on the footy. Freo have had 30 more disposals. They need to, if they're going to play some sort of Pagan's paddock where they're high up the ground and got those little fleas running back to goal, they've got to either move the ball quickly or change the style. They don't know whether they're Arthur or Martha at the moment. They just let themselves down a little bit with some of their skill and execution. If they can fix that, they could have kicked 3 goals that quarter. I reckon it would be a much different game. The margin's only 14 points, but for St Kilda, the pressure's not too much for them. They just need it's execution. It's not anything to do with the way Fremantle have attacked them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that lack of connection going forward's really hurting St Kilda, because what Freo are doing really well is setting up behind the ball. Ryan's setting up well, Young's setting up well, and they're just getting run from those sort of blokes to get the ball going. They've been switching the ball, but then actually attacking the ground from there. They get it on the wing, and Collier's really providing that good run, and they're getting it going forward. And Switkowski and Andrew are linking up through the middle really well and getting it going, and they're getting on the end of a few. So they need to keep that run, keep that aggressiveness off the halfback flank, and that's what you get with these young players. So
the Fremantle fleas are going quicker and better than the St Kilda fleas at the moment. Schultz, Switkowski, v. Butler, Higgins, the Fremantle Smalls are just doing a better job.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Second term about to get underway here at Optus Stadium. And it's Freo by 14 over the Saints as the ruckman go at it. Comes out towards Brody. Had a couple of goes at it, then fumbled. Gresham made it look okay as he was diving to the ground. Handed it off to Marshall. He's kicked to the top of the 50. Membry up against Logue. Membry did well. Kept it to his team's advantage, then hand passed it over his head. It was straight to Hayden Young, and he was caught holding the ball. That was tough. So the free will go the Saints' way. 3 straight, plays just 4 behinds. The kick will go to nearly the top of the goal square, about 20 metres out from St Kilda's goal. Clark does well. Little 1-2 with Aish, who hand passes to Brody, now to Clark, then spreads it out wide to Young. He'll like it there on his left-hand side. Kicks it up towards the wing. No one can take the mark. Got under Joyce. Gave it off by hand to Crouch. And he puts a teammate under all sorts of pressure. It comes back towards Bradley Hill, who kicks it further afield. Clark really attacked it, brought it to ground. Gresham hovering around, and then Aish laid a really good tackle, and he brought Butler to ground. And Aish will take the free 55 out from his defensive goal.
So James Aish at half-back. Just goes short, finds Luke Ryan. It's Luke Ryan's Red Zed's beastie.
He's up to 10 now, Tommy.
So goes short to Hayden Young. He's got plenty of the footy as well. The 1-2 back to Ryan into the middle of the ground. Tries to find Pearce. Strong mark in traffic from Alex Pearce. He comes out wide here to the near side wing. Space here for Akers. By foot goes short and finds Frederick. It's corralled by Jimmy Webster. So Frederick. As the Dockers lead by 14 points. Goes high and long to big Darcy. Behind him is Meek. Can't mark. Falls to the front of the pack. And in goes Sarong. Picks it up. He's tackled strongly. Sinclair, though. Turnover now for St Kilda. Wanganeen Malira goes short. Try to find Membry, but Ryan came across and made the spoil. We'll throw it in right here on the wing.
So still 14 points. That was the margin at quarter time on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a good drop. All thrown back in. Meek down towards Brodie, who's racking up a few in this second term. Well done, Brayshaw. Gathered it, gave it to Sarong. Kick further afield to Darcy, playing up forward mainly to start this game. His kick is to a dangerous area of the ground. Lob was flying high, couldn't hold on to it, then goes and roves it. He's up and about today. The big fella, Frederick, gathers. Frederick has missed to the right-hand side. Rory Lobb. He's enjoying his time up forward at the moment. Another behind, 3-1-19, plays just 4 behinds.
I know you spoke about it at quarter time, X, but it's obvious that Saints haven't really thought too much about going to the young fella, Andrew, out there. He's still roaming around and getting on top in the middle.
So St Kilda move the ball quickly to the outer side wing, and they've got numbers here. The overlap over the top to Butler. He's streaming towards 50. Has one bounce and goes short. Shocking kick, though, but Luke Ryan's dropped an absolute sitter. Young goes and gets it, helps him out. And he's tackled high, and he'll get a free kick.
St Kilda's connections, deplorable. Look away kick there. He had 3 to hit, and he hit Ryan, who just dropped a chest mark and then gave away a 2 high free kick. It'd be frustrating to be a forward for St Kilda at the moment.
So Hayden Young goes long down the line. But St Kilda have it. Lienhart just roves it from the pack. Umpire calls play on. Crouch got a handball away. Falls now is Sarong. Little left foot to the outer wing, pushes Fremantle forward. Swikowski and Hill in a one-on-one. Bounces past them. Taken there back there by the Saints, and they go forward back to the wing. Crouch by hand. He goes short and finds Ross. And Ross with a lovely little kick. And on the run here is Gresham. Little fend off. Goes inside 50. But zoning back as Griffin Lloyd for Freo in defence. He takes the mark and comes across here to Akers.
Brings it across to the broadcast side. 30 out from his defensive goal. Goes to centre half back to Brodie. He goes short to Brayshaw. Running amok, Beastie, with the Red Z leading stats. As Brayshaw now holds it up, gives it back to Ryan. He comes to right half back to Pearce. Not a lot of pressure going on at the moment from the Saints as he goes short again to Jordan Clark. Wants to get on the run and kick it to the middle of the ground. Hamling stands. Could have handed it off to Brodie as he ran past. Decided to switch it out to the far side. On the wing, Logue on the end of it. Hand pass further afield to Will Brodie. Has to just get round Marshall. In the end, just handballs it off to Logue. They're mucking around with it at the moment as King goes to try and lay the tackle. He spreads it out towards the boundary, and Hayden Young has taken another mark and get another possession.
Witches hats at the moment, St Kilda. They look like they're out of gas already.
They do look really slow, don't they? Although they're helped out on this occasion as it's been turned over.
Out the back.
They can go out the back towards Butler. Hamling's chasing after him. You would think Butler will get away, although Joel Hamling has got some skates on. Butler from 35. He's a talented player. Hamling had enough speed to get to him, but Butler just ran on an angle and snapped it round the corner. St Kilda 1-4-10. The Dockers 3-1-19. That's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a good drop.
Turnovers cost you goals pretty quickly. If you're setting up and then all of a sudden you miss an easy kick, teams at this level just bounce you so quick going the other way.
Especially Freeman on that occasion. They'd eaten all the meat on the bone. They'd chipped it around, everything dried up. It was time to put it into big Rory Lobb or Lloyd Meek, but decided to just fancy it up a little bit, turnover. Butler, credit to Hamling, almost got there, but Butler just too classy, swung onto his left and snapped it through.
Bit of meat on the bone, I like it. It's a bit like lick of the ice cream from Evers.
I heard someone else say that on the TV company.
No.
Look at the ice cream. It's not a new one, guys.
No. It just gets
it's been around the globe.
It's overused.
As Sarong gets the clearance and it comes to Aish, he just kicks it to half forward. Big Meek just lumbering after it, beaten by his opponent. And it's come back here to Leanhard. A bit of Podsy Adley about Leanhard as he goes short.
J-Pod.
The J-Pod. The bald head.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while.
St Kilda now through Ross. He's got it in the centre square. Seb Ross. A little spearing ball across the ground to find Wilkie. He goes on the left foot.
King, if they can get some depth here.
To Mackenzie. So here comes St Kilda. A big deep ball towards Hayes. Just puts his big dukes up. Can't take the mark. Falls to the bottom of the ground. Darcy doing the roving. Tries to pull it in. Higgins tackled strongly here by Freo. Comes off to Burns by hand to Steele to Crouch. It runs. And it's taken in the defensive square by Luke Ryan. There to save the day for Freo. And here comes Long down the line looking for lob. And he can't mark. It's going to be a boundary throw in at half back here for the Fremantle Dockers.
The dribble quick kick by Crouch. They're always going to be difficult to get past two Fremantle defenders who are standing in the goal square. There's another easy opportunity that just went missing. I don't know why that went along the ground, but a drop punt across your buddy would have been suffice.
Second term inside 50s now 5-1 in favour of the Saints. So dominating the entries. Just need to get some return on the Red Z lending stats.
There's another one inside 50, Beastie. It's been kicked by Ross. It'll be gathered tight to the boundary by Burns, and he just missed it. Tried to curl it rounds. Minor score for the Saints. They're 1-5-11. The Dockers 3-1-19. Hearing from Xavier Ellis, super special comments, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. He kicked out from fullback. It was a shocker, and it'll be turned over and end up inside attacking 50 into the hands of Higgins.
I can't even think what Clark was. He kicked it to four St Kilda players standing in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't even think he took a step outside of the square, so it won't even count on his stat sheet, but it's a poor turnover.
Important they kick this 1-5 for St Kilda.
They're trimming the margin ever so slowly. He's from 45 metres out. He's given it a real good ride. Straight through. The Saints are up and about now. 2 straight goals, and they're back in the game. Only 2 points behind. They're 2-5-17. The Dockers 3-1-19. And let's hear more from Hamish Brayshaw and Xavier Ellis, Cbus Super, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Cbus for all of us.
So we just spoke about the first goal for St Kilda being a turnover, but you can't defend behind that. Well, that was just a really strange kick-in. I don't even know what Clark was aiming at there. 4 St Kilda players standing in the middle of the ground. Little dink to Higgins, job done.
Exactly, he's missed Aish by 25 metres there and kick it to snags Higgins, and the bloke loves kicking a goal. That's the only way they're scoring at the moment. So
turnover.
Yeah, turnover. Defend well, get behind it and score.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. North Melbourne by 15 over West Coast. Richmond by 36 over the Giants. Need a break, book direct and save with Choice Hotels. ChoiceHotels.com. As we go again, the margin 2 points Freo's way. As Big Meek just tries to climb over Hayes and win the tap. And Sarong gets the clearance. Hand pass to Tucker. He's left it behind. And it's been taken now by St Kilda. Some run. Hand pass to Higgins. Inside 50, looking for Marshall on the lead. He can't mark. Over the back is Pearce. He's going to mop things up for Freo. He wants the boundary line. A strong tackle. In fact, it's too high. As the players go in. Joel Hamling's not happy with the high contact from Max King on Alex Pearce. He'll take the free kick. And the full back line for Freo.
King operating with a thick moustache today. Don't mind it, too high on that occasion.
So Alex Pearce, the captain this afternoon, long down the line, is Meek and Darcy. The two ruckmen have just been in each other's way most of the afternoon as Schultz lays a big tackle on Ross. The ball spills out the middle of the ground. Fredericks at the bottom of it. It's been tackled by Burns. Steele goes in as well. The umpire says, I'll throw it up right on the edge of the centre square.
The McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. It's going to go forward again for the Saints. The kick's a beauty inside 50. Membry out in front and takes a really good grab. So a chance to take the lead here for St Kilda. Momentum's amazing, isn't it? Just a few moments ago we mentioned they were standing still, witches' hats, and all of a sudden they kicked 2 quick goals.
Well, the little players that we spoke about, who were the little players for Fremantle, were better than the little players for St Kilda in the first quarter. They've swung the match here. The Higgins, Butler, getting that ball forward. Memory from 55, passed it off in the first quarter. He's got to go out and kick this.
So he's right in front, and as X said, kick from 55. And it's pushed it a long way to the left, so another minor score. But take your chances when you can. 2-6-18 the Saints, 3-1-19 the Dockers, 11 and a half now gone in this second term. As Hayden Young, with the job of kicking out, will come to this broadcast side. Plenty of tall timber, including Lloyd Meek, and he's perfectly placed to take the mark. It was a good kick in the end, spotted him up beautifully. Edge of the centre square defensive side. As Meek now plays on, showing a bit of agility. Finds Will Brodie. He's had a good start to his game, in particular this quarter, Beastie. He looks like he's getting hold of the footy.
Coming up to number 5 in the quarter now and 10 for the game.
Went short to Collier. And he went short to Sarong, nearly played on. Man on the mark had him covered, and then Collier just ran further afield with no one defending him. And he's taken the mark. He's probably a little too far out to score. He's a good 55 on the angle. Travis Collier decides just to pop it to the dangerous part of the ground. Lob! Oh, my goodness. He's eaten his Wheaties this week. Took a good mark, and he'll go back and try and kick for goal.
Really good passage of play there by Fremantle. Just kicking the ball up the ground, no real risks, just hitting pretty easy targets, and you get 2 contested marks, Meek down back and then lob up forward, and you're having a shot on goal.
So he's going to go round the corner. On his left. Oh, it looked ugly, but it went through.
Doesn't matter how you do it.
Oh, dear me, that was a little nerve-wracking too for Lob.
If the Saints players just put their arm up, you would have thought, I don't think they knew where the ball went.
If the man on the mark had manned the mark, or there was someone on the goal line,
that's tough.
So if he misses that, someone has to kick in anyway. So why wouldn't someone just stand there for the sake of standing there?
Just jump and put your arm up next. It's not difficult.
Every dog has their day, and if he was standing there, he would have touched that, and it was from 3 metres out. Rory Lobb on the left, it looked ugly. Oh,
yeah, 6 points.
Yeah, they don't draw pictures in the paper, do they?
That's really against the tide, though, for Fremantle. I don't know what it's like on the stats, but it feels like St Kilda has really got on top in the middle and winning the clearance battle, and that's certainly against the tide for the Dockers.
Oh, see that actually set me up there. You see that? That's not what you don't do. You come in and you just take all the stats. Clearances 5-1, inside 50s 9-2. Thanks, Hane.
As we restart again, the margin back to 7 points for Fremantle. Clearance comes St Kilda's way. It's up onto the half-forward line. Here's Mason Wood. Just tried to shrug off Hamling. And gets a hand pass here, and a strong tackle's been laid by Ryan. And that's holding the ball.
Gee whiz, Luke Ryan's had a good day, Beast. How many's he had?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you get the hang of it. Look at that, X. Who said you can't teach old dogs new tricks, huh?
You got an answer for me?
No, I'm just letting you hang with that. I'm just happy with that. That was great.
14 as Ryan goes long down the line. Strong mark from Darcy in front. As Darcy is Banfield on the lead. Just falls in front of him. Frederick tries to get to the front of the pack. He can't take it, but Lobb goes in, picks it up. Battle lays a strong tackle on him. Ball bubbles out towards Frederick to Aish. Up against the boundary line. Goes inside 50. Here's Lobb with the flight of the ball. And it's punched away by St Kilda. Back there by Sinclair. And we'll throw it in right on the 50-metre line.
Right up to now 15 on the game on the Reds Atlantic Stats, X.
Jeez, you've got a lot to say, Beast.
Yeah, you've got a problem with that too, Lob?
Ball throwing.
There might need to be 2 men standing after half-time.
It's inside attacking 50 for Freo. Good tackle laid by Tucker. And it's now 35 out on the angle. We'll ball it up. So 4-1-25 Fremantle Dockers. St Kilda 2-6-18. Quickly into the action again. The tap down. Darcy gathers. Quick hands to Tucker. Shoved in the back was Sarong by Crouch. And Sarong from outside 50, Hamish Brayshaw. Is he a chance here?
Oh, I think he's got the leg in him, but I think he's a bit selfless, so he might pop this one on the top of the square.
Oh, nice little landing lane there for Banfield. Missed him. He's backing himself in. Hayden Young's just circling around the back. I don't know if St Kilda are aware he can kick the football. And he's had about 30 of them already.
No one's just standing in that little spot, are they, where Young could run past and collect it on his left. Sarong, though, is very hesitant. Decides to chip it up into the pocket. Probably the worst position ever.
What he was trying to find Andrew there, the old Hungarian
had
hesitation.
Yeah.
Just a little spot up late.
So it's 7 points to margin. The Dockers lead it. It's deep inside their attacking 50. In fact, 5 metres around from their goal line. And we'll throw it back into play. Darcy is the man in front. Hayes up against him. Oh, here's Andy. Will gather it and kick towards goal. Big hammers up and about.
Yeah, there he goes. Well done, the young kid. Doesn't kick many, but geez, he gives it a bit when he does.
Went a bit over the top there, I reckon. Another quick goal to the Dockers. And he's had a big game. We'll get his Red Z Lennox stats in just a moment. But first, the score, 5-1-31, Freo. St Kilda 2-6-18. Beastie, how many for young Brayshaw?
15, 1 clearances, two inside 50s and 1 goal. So doing well on the Red Z Lennox stats so far.
He's had Mark Lacroix's been down at the Fremantle Dockers over the pre-season, and that's something that Andrew's really tried to work on. He's getting on the scoreboard. And while I don't want to give Lecker too much credit, he's done a little bit of work in front of goals with the young kid.
Well, he came off his knee, just watching the Harvey Norman replay there.
Well, Lecker's taught him a thing or two.
Great savings on Smeg Cooking Appliances, now at Harvey Norman. As we're back in the middle, Tommy.
Got the 13-point lead here to Freo. As we go again, and Steele just picks it up and he's tackled strongly by Tucker. The umpire says, I'll throw it up again.
Imagine Lecker now driving along up in the bush.
Going
to Triple M.
No reception.
Oh, Triple M goes everywhere, mate.
As Darcy wins the hit out with his foot. Comes out here to Steele. Little hand pass. Can't be picked up from Schultz. Comes back to Webster for St Kilda. He goes to Hill to Sinclair. Inside 50 on a strong lead now. Up comes Mason Wood. He's leading. Can't pick it up. Ryan's behind him. Good footy from Luke Ryan. Just picked his pocket and kicked it up towards Banfield. Runs past him. Taken now by St Kilda. By Patton. His hand pass is knocked across the boundary line, far side wing.
I'm going to put a sign up on the big screen saying every time you boo Brad Hill, just a reminder you got Caleb Sarong out of that draft pick, and I'll probably hear some cheers, I would have thought.
You reckon that's a good deal?
I don't know. It might take a while to compute, I reckon.
Yeah. No, Sarong for Hill, I think you're probably taking it. And Akers was in that as well.
Take it for sure. The player and the cash as the ball's up at half forward for the Fremantle Dockers. Tucker's caught in a tackle. Hovering over the top is Lloyd Meek. The tap out goes towards Sinclair. That was really good stuff. Gave it to Hill, who's brought down by his good buddy in Walters. And Sunsun will give him one to go on with as well, no doubt about that. Little friendly fire between the two on the Harvey Norman replay. Watch this one. Sonny caught him.
Perfect time for your sign to pop up there, X.
The tap down to Steele. A little quieter in this quarter. It started pretty well in the game, and the ball tumbles over the boundary line. We'll throw it in, approaching half forward for the Fremantle Dockers.
Will Brodie was a strange selection. Just couldn't get a game for the Suns. He comes here, bigger body than what I probably thought he had, and seems like a really, really good pickup in this midfield. Strong body.
13 points is Fremantle's lead, not far away from half-time. The fist towards that man in Brodie. He gathers, caught, spun around, then hand pass to the knees of Steele. Here's Ross. And it'll be advantage rule play on. Sinclair will gather the footy, have a bounce and look further afield. Hayes is running back towards the goal. Now he makes his lead. In fact, he goes to the pocket to Membry. Not a great move in the end. Hayes was sprinting towards goals, could have sent it his way, one-on-one, and in the end he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Also, every single player was running back to goals there. Just needed someone to turn around and come at him.
Dockers lead by 13. If McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, going almost 20 minutes in the second term as Lowe goes long down the line. The outside defensive 50. Brodie gathers. His battle just slaps it inside 50. Lowe goes back with the flight of the ball and it beats him and goes across the line. We'll throw it in. So St Kilda 8 scoring shots to 6. Trail by 13 points. So in the forward pocket here for St Kilda, it's Marshall and Meek going at it. Beats both of them over the back to Chapman by hand. He goes to Brodie. He goes to Collier. Back here now to Freo, to Tucker, nowhere to go. Corralled by Brad Hill. Little hand pass goes back to Chapman. Strong tackle. Turnover now to St Kilda. They go towards half forward. Here's Gresham, runs onto the footy. He can't pick it up. It goes across the boundary line. They'll throw it in right half forward for St Kilda. They lead by 13 points, 21 gone in the second term.
So we'll get it back into play in just a moment for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Hope you're enjoying the action. The last game of round 2. Dockers up against the Saints. The hand pass towards Marshall. He loses possession. Meek's been solid as well for the Dockers to Akers. Hand pass to Brayshaw, and it's a down the field free kick. In fact, it'll come back to Brayshaw, you'd have to think, who received the hand pass. The knock was on Akers. And Brayshaw at half back will take the free.
Sonny looking for a kick on the wing there. It's got to go back to half back. Not too much on switch-wise here for Andy Brayshaw. You probably feel as though this might be an option down the line to Sean Darcy.
So a bit of a pause in play. 13 points, that margin. Play on, said the umpire, and he kicks it long. And the X-Man, that's why he's the best in the biz, went straight to Darcy. Gave it to Brodie, who caught one high. So 2 really silly free kicks from St Kilda.
Oh, not downfield, though.
Interesting as to why that's not downfield.
Yeah.
Certainly looked after the kick.
So it'll come back to Brodie just forward of the wing when the ball had gone inside attacking 50, landed around there.
Yeah, I reckon that probably isn't downfield. Sorry, I think the umpire might have got that right.
So Brodie will take the free kick, kicks tight to the boundary, and Walters gathers the mark. Still too far out to score, a good 70 metres, Sun. It's Fremantle sit with a 13-point lead. 5-1 plays 2-6. He just pops it to about 30 metres out. Darcy onto it. Couldn't hold on. Switkowski back by hand to Young. Little 1-2 with Chapman. They've gone back 20 metres into the hands of Clark, who gets it on the boot, kicks it beautifully out in front of Hamling. Great to see him playing some footy. Had a real tough time of it in the last couple of years, Joel Hamling, after crossing over from the Doggies after a premiership. He's kicking inside attacking 50, lands in the hands of Lobb, being dangerous, about 15 metres out from goal. Brayshaw did really well, kept it alive, gave it to Aish. Aish kicks over the top wing, and then Malera did well, hands it off by hand to Hill. He hand passes out into a bit of open space, had to run onto it himself, and then receives another hand pass through the middle of the round. He goes.
And the Saints are away here. Hill finds Membry, little 2-foot jumper, goes by hand. Off here on the outer side, Burns. He goes over the top and finds Higgins. Coast-to-coast play from St Kilda. It's marked in the square by Luke Ryan.
Just lacking any sort of class. Why did they end up in the back pocket, forward pocket? You're running straight at goal.
It's made that hard.
Made it harder for themselves as Andy Brayshaw pops up. He's number 8 for Rats, if he needs to know.
Brayshaw goes short to Collier on half-back. Collier, little short kick. It's intercepted, though. Here's Ross. He goes short with his left foot and finds Gresham into the middle of the ground. Here's Brad Hill. The former Docker gets the booze again by hand, lays it off to Crouch. Crouch inside 50. At the back, the big fly. He came from Mason Wood. He couldn't take the mark. At the front is Membry by hand. Goes to Burns and up and under. He comes big over the top. Hayes, he can't mark it. Diving in as a couple of Dockers. Brayshaw gets it though and gets the clearance. Strong work from Brayshaw. He goes off by hand. The Dockers get out of the trouble with a high up and under down the line. The free kick at half-back for Freo is going to go to Rory Lobb, being held there by Wilkie.
So Lobb will take the free kick. I know we're going on about it, but how good was Brayshaw on that occasion? Just sidestepped his way through the defence.
Just grab your worst midfielder and tell him to just stand somewhere near it.
Yeah, just put some pressure on. It'll be turned over, though. The lob kick will come back his way. Chain of hand passes to Burns. He gathers it, kicks it inside attacking 50. Hayes takes the mark. So maybe a chance here. He's been told, go back and have a kick. Higgins was right there. Good leadership on that occasion. And he wants to hand it off. So he's given it off to a teammate who will run into trouble. Greenett was caught holding the ball. Bailey Banfield doing what Bailey Banfield needs to do to stay in the team. Ran him down from behind. Free kick holding the ball. That was silly stuff. Hayes he was being told by Higgins, go back and kick it. He decides to hand it off. So here's Chapman. This could be costly. He kicks it out towards the wing. Sarong has to fly. Couldn't hold on to the mark. Now it'll come back. Gathered by McKenzie. Kicks it further afield. Wood has it. 70 metres out from his goal. They trail at the moment by 13 points. Told to play on. He'll have to get on his left. Bombs it inside, attacking 50. Membry will have to come from behind. King's there as well. Gresham gathers. Caught. No. Free kick could have been there. He fell to ground. Young did well. Got it away to Akers. Short pass good to Meek. Meek has Brayshaw running for him. Continually running. And he grabs hold of the mark. 70 metres out from his defensive goal. Will kick it inside 50 to Ryan.
So Brayshaw racks up disposal number 20 at half back. Goes short to Ryan. Back to Brayshaw. Then caught to play on. Right on his defensive 50. He goes high down the line looking for Meek. Coming across was Hill though. Should have marked that one. Wangani Milera gets it. Tries to get him out of trouble. Been called to touch. Play on. Young's got to the half-back for Freo. Little hand pass off to Clark. Here comes the run for the Dockers. He goes short. Here's Chapman up against his opponent here, McKenzie. But McKenzie, too much speed for St Kilda. A big kick over the back. Here's Hayes. Goes up, can't mark. Here's Membry. Crum snaps. And he's missed the right-hand side.
We go to Brett on the boundary for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Was just keeping an eye on Sonny Walters. He just looked to be holding that shoulder for a moment, but with that being said, he seems to be all right. He started running around, but the trainer's just gone over to have a chat with him.
Good on you, Brett. Bob Jane T-Marts, buy free, get one free, and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama and Dunlop. There's a lot of tyres there for bobjane.com.au.
Yeah, so Kilda have gone forward the last 3 or 4 times looking for an option. Big Max King's been on the bench for 10 minutes. Nothing wrong with him, just hasn't got back on. You need that option out there. Minute to go in the quarter.
So Meek took the mark. Then told to play on because he went off the mark. Kick up towards half forward. Charging out it is Schultz. So too Wilkie. Falls to ground. Butler is hovering around. Hand pass from Ross towards the boundary line. And then they tried to kick it off the ground. And it's over the line. That was Crouch. That was silly stuff. He kicked it over the boundary line on the full.
Just trying to pad the stats there.
You get a stat for that.
That's a coach killer, especially with not a lot of time left on the clock.
The kick inside attack, kick 50, it'll be cut off. And it was a good mark in the end from Battle, who was a little sore before, but he gets up and got back deep in defence. So good quarter from the Fremantle Dockers. The Saints started well with a couple of goals, but Freo responded nicely. And they lead at this stage, 5-1-31. The Saints 2-7-19. Plenty to talk about for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
This is Triple M Melbourne. Weekdays from 6, the Marty Sheargold Show live.
Well, keep closing your rings, mate. Have a great day.
Now at 4 p.m, Triple M's Rush Hour with JB and Billy.
Bill had what can only be described as a brain fart.
And Triple M plays rock's greatest hits all day. And how good is it? Triple M rocks a footy.
Massive climb!
Streaming on the Listener app, your smart speaker, and 105.1.
That is good. So.
That's Triple M Melbourne.
When my kids' plus ones bring their plus ones, we're going to need more McNugs delivered. Welcome to my world.
Get tonight's dinner delivered with the 40 Chicken McNugget Pack and new spicy sticky barbecue sauce from Macca's. With delivery available at select locations.
News, music, sports, movies, books, so many subscriptions, so little time. Welcome to Optus SubHub, the world's first subscription management hub. By linking your eligible subscriptions to SubHub, you'll have a single, easy-to-manage payment, tailored tips and recommendations, and access to exclusive free trials. You can even bring your existing Netflix account with you. Bundle 3 or more subscriptions and save up to 10% on the lot. One place to manage, one place to save, and one simple payment. Learn more at subhub.com.au.
At CMI Hino, our expert sales team makes sure your truck is legal and compliant. Visit our Derrimut showroom today.
CMI Hino, Melbourne's home of Hino trucks.
Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra. Hey Australia, there's never been a better time to check up on your health. We have a world-class healthcare system that's easy to access, even when you can't be there in person. Telehealth enables you to catch up with your GP or health professional, and the Australian Government has now made it permanently available through Medicare. Show your health some love, face-to-face, by phone or video call. care for your health. Find out more at australia.gov.au.
At Simply Energy, with our Simply Movie Perks plan, you'll not only get a great deal on energy, you could earn up to 24,000 V Rewards points from Village Cinemas. That's simply irresistible. Sign up at simplyenergy.com.au. Hurry, offer ends 31st of March.
My business has hit a rough patch, and so have I.
My business got support, but I haven't.
Don't downplay what's playing on your mind. New Access, developed by Beyond Blue, provides free and confidential mental health support for small business owners. It's via phone or video, and you don't need a doctor's referral.
Oh, yeah.
That'd really help.
Search New Access for small business owners and inquire today.
Have you been bitten by the travel bug? You need kayak.com.au. Kayak is your new way to search and book flights, hotels and hire cars, and provides fast-acting relief for symptoms of wanderlust. Cure your cabin fever. Search kayak.com.au today.
What's your health worth to you? If you're working around the clock, your health must come first. Nature Bee Power Pollen can help support your immune defences when you're burning the candle at both ends. The secret to Nature Bee is the process of potentiation. It means it's much easier for the body to digest, which means all those micronutrients are absorbed into the body. Grab 6 months supply for $140 plus delivery and get a bottle of Omega-3 for free. Get 10% off your first order at powerpollen.com.au.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
It was 14 points at quarter time. It's 12 points at half time. It's still Fremantle lead it. 5-1-31. The Saints 2-7-19. Plenty of missed opportunities for St Kilda. And they'll need to rev things up a little in the third quarter. This is halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. One battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. The experts, Hamish Brayshaw and Xavier Ellis. How'd you see the first half? Hammer?
Oh, I just thought Fremantle controlled the ball a bit better. I mean, you look at it, they've got a lot more possession, they've got a lot more time with the footy in their hands. They're just switching the ball, but then they're able to go forward. I think St Kilda only really looked good off turnover. They're not really creating too much momentum of their own. They're not hitting up at the footy, as you said before, X, and the only goals they're getting are, turnovers and out the back sort of play. So I think they lifted a little bit there in the contest throughout the middle of that middle part of that quarter, but they've just got to do more of that going forward and get a little bit more better connection going inside forward 50.
A lot of talk, too, at the start of this year was last year's season for St Kilda an aberration. And, the COVID season was them, they won a final, all that sort of stuff. Well, there's nothing to suggest what we've seen today that the St Kilda Footy Club are going to be anywhere near finals. They've kicked 2 goals in a half. They just don't have the class, the classy player to link up with the forward. I know there was a passage of play when Butler was charging back into the goals, and rather than going down the corridor, they end up in the forward pocket. They end up switching into a 3-on-1, which is hit the one Fremantle player, Luke Ryan. They've had so many opportunities to compose themselves and just hit a basic option over 15, 20 metres and go back and kick a goal. They miss the option. They don't see the option. And on top of that, they look like they've got concrete in their boots at times. And I know they had the momentum for about a 5-minute patch or a 10-minute patch when they kick 2 goals off turnover. But then you look at them and they're standing there, hands on hips, bending over, crouching over. I just feel as though that the St Kilda Footy Club, they need a big turnaround in this quarter, because if it does click for Freo, who I only think are going at about 6 out of 10 themselves, let's be honest, the game certainly hasn't reached any great heights, that if it does click for 15 minutes for Freo, they might just put the sword straight through St Kilda here.
Yeah, I think looking at Fremantle, it's coming from their younger players. Like, they've got a lot of run and a lot of spark through. Obviously, Andrew, he must stink out there. Must have got his deodorant. No, going nowhere near him. But
he's number 8, isn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, I think so. He is. Number 8, so go to him. But no, he's, like him, Hayden Young, even Will Brodie, they're getting a lot of run through these guys' legs, and whereas St Kilda just look very stagnant and reactive.
Andy Brayshaw, Lockie, how many contested disposals do you reckon he's had? He's had 21 disposals. How many do you reckon contested?
Oh, look, I'm going deep teens, like 16.
Oh, I would have gone
3. Yeah. 3 contested disposals.
Sorry, uncontested.
3 contested disposals. So he's just jogging off and no one is going anywhere near him.
Well, it was
where is the energy? This zone stuff that they're doing. Zone doesn't mean just grab a patch of grass and not move. You find your patch of grass where you're distanced from your teammate, but then you're meant to rotate, move, in, out, over. They're standing there with concrete on their boots, and a bloke who's 6 foot is jogging around and having 17 or 18 uncontested disposals. Hayden Young's another one who's done exactly the same. He's had 13. They've had 30 uncontested disposals between two players there, and they're the ones that they want the ball in the hands of.
Yeah, 5 foot 11.5 for Andrew, by the way.
Are you bigger than him?
Yeah, just. But no, it was like this time last year. He started really well in the season, and then they played Hawthorn, and the great Alistair Clarkson said, well, we can't just let this kid run around, and so they played some on him, and they won the game. So
I said when we got in here, if I was St Kilda, they've got 1-star midfielder Fremantle today, with no Fife, no Mundy. Just clamp him and see what happens. Instead, the cat's well and truly out of the bag, and you're lucky it's only 2 goals because you can't kick straight, but it's only 2 goals. So if they do sharpen it up and a little bit of composure and skill that we do see on and off at times, then they're absolutely up to their eyeballs in it. But at the moment, the skill level's just nowhere near where it needs to be.
Well, our skill level's been top-notch, though, calling this game. No doubt about it.
What have I done?
There's barely been a mistake. Barely. I say barely.
Well, where's Embers?
Well, that's
he
right.
He still would have butchered
I'm not
something.
sure we need an Amy Clanger. I don't think we've got one. Have we? Have we got an Amy Clanger who covers Clanger? Who covers...
I know.
It is.
There you go.
Covers Clangers on and off the field? Amy does.
You're such a team player, Locke. You built it in there.
Do we have one or not?
Yeah, well, let's check it out anyway. It's going to go round the corner. On his left. Oh, it looked ugly, but it went through.
Doesn't matter how you do it.
Oh, dear me, that was a little nerve-wracking too for Lob.
If the Saints players just put their arm up, you would have thought, I don't think they knew where the ball went.
If the man on the mark had manned the mark, or there was someone on the goal line...
That's touched.
So if he misses that, someone has to kick in anyway. So why wouldn't someone just stand there for the sake of standing there?
Just jump.
Guess what?
Jump and put your arm up next. It's not difficult.
Oh, there you go.
So the clanger was maybe St Kilda.
Yes.
Not manning the mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I'll take that. We need Embers back. We get 4 or 5 in the first quarter, and then we have to worry about that credit again. It's all wrapped up.
You know, he got a mention on the Saturday rub.
Did Embers?
Why?
Bernie had a bit of a crack at him.
Oh,
he's nuff of the week.
Oh, yeah, no, he should be. What
not
was
one.
Yeah.
2.
Good. What was it, Q?
Foot to boot.
Oh,
that was good.
Well, that was our clanger.
That was our clanger.
Yeah. Oh, there's multiple with Embers.
He's going national, Embers.
How would he
all
be
the
going
wrong
home,
reasons.
you reckon? How would Embers be going right now, sitting at home?
Well,
holiday?
all I know is Katie's not there.
Oh, dear.
And thank God.
Does he have the kids?
Because he would be an absolute nightmare.
Does he have the kids?
Would he be looking after the kids? Or
No, kids aren't there.
Oh, mate, that's a holiday.
On his own.
That's a holiday.
Feed up.
Feed up. If you're giving the phone a right old workout, Embers.
If you're around him for about half an hour sometimes, you just need some space.
Yeah, of course.
He's very high energy, Embers.
No, if I have to have a little holiday period, I'd like to do it without the kids too.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we're missing Embers, so let's get a bit of a taste of him.
Boot. Foot to boot.
One more time. Come on, Embers.
Boot.
Come on.
Foot to boot. Fair to say the lift doesn't quite get to the penthouse on Embers, does it?
Exactly.
Doesn't quite get to the top level.
This is the halftime break for Bosch Power Tools. Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee. It's 12 points the margin at halftime. We'll get Beasts Red Z lending stats in just a few moments. And, of course, Fremantle leading the way, 5-1-31 to St Kilda 2-7-19. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M, Rocks Footy.
That halftime break for Bosch 18-volt bi-turbo brushless tools. 1 battery, corded power, backed by a 6-year warranty guarantee.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Hey, X-Man.
Yes.
The footy season's back, of course, round 2. And you'll never miss any of the action on KO Sports.
No, mate. The team you love, every game of every round, live and ad-free, in play. Not only does KO have all the footy covered for the season, there's plenty of other sport to experience, Locke.
So are you a big fan of Formula 1?
Absolutely love Formula 1.
The netball, Suncorp Super Netball
West
is
Coast
underway.
Fever.
And I know you're very
I love
good
the
at
golf. Played golf on Friday.
Did you? How'd you go?
No, good.
Okay. PGA Golf is, of course, on KO Plus. Plenty of features. KO's minis, I like them.
Yeah, they're
Good way
great.
to wrap up the round. No spoilers and split view on select devices.
And this doesn't appeal to us because we've been with KO forever. But if you are new to KO, start your free trial today.
Friday, April 1 is Triple M's 50k payday. Easy. Listen to the Marty Sheargold Show live weekday mornings and lock every radio and smart speaker to 105.1 Triple M after 9.
Wow. Oh, I can't believe it.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, legend.
Don't be a fool, because Triple M's 50k payday is April 1st. On 105.1 Triple M. The most anticipated production of the year has arrived in Melbourne. Hamilton. The theatrical revolution and cultural phenomenon. Now booking through to August. History is happening at Her Majesty's Theatre. Hamilton, only through Ticketek with Afterpay available.
Aussies have always made stuff. And some of our best work happens in our own backyard.
Oh, nice.
Just like our growing defence industries. Talented Aussies and private businesses working together to supply our Defence Force. At the same time, creating thousands of local jobs. To get involved, search Defence Industries Careers. Our future, made in our own backyard. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
So I texted him back, I need the truth. I see you tapping on your phone in the morning, smiling ear to ear. You take your van on days I know that you're not booked for painting jobs and come back 8 hours later talking about holidays I thought we couldn't afford. His response? A van, a package and flexed arm emojis. What the hell does that mean?
Use your van to deliver packages with Amazon Flex. It's that something on the side you won't get in trouble for. Search Amazon Flex Vans and sign up now.
When my kids' plus ones bring their plus ones, we're going to need more McNugs delivered. Welcome to my world.
Get tonight's dinner delivered with a 40 chicken McNugget pack and new spicy sticky barbecue sauce from Macca's. With delivery available at select locations.
Whether you were conscripted during the 60s and 70s or whether you went in on your own feet, it doesn't matter how you do that, you served.
I'm Adam Shand, and in my new podcast with the Australian War Memorial, I talk to modern veterans about their experiences from enlisting to the impact of war on their lives.
Everyone who served that 1 day or 40 years is a veteran who served this country.
Search Up Close Conversations with Modern Veterans podcast and download the Listener app now to listen for free.
Listener.
Looking for a morning brew? Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture is at Coles Express. Choose your coffee the way you like it, from a strong, smooth latte to a rich, medium-strength cappuccino. Be your own barista from just $1.
Express yourself
at Coles Express.
Now you can stream Triple M footy wherever you are. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
Hi, it's Matt Leighton with the news briefing. Disaster hit parts of northern New South Wales and southern Queensland are again bracing for possible floods as heavy rain looms. The system is tipped to intensify tonight and last until Tuesday, bringing thunderstorms which could trigger heavy falls and flash flooding. Acting New South Wales Premier Paul Toole says emergency crews are ready to step in and help.
The SES crews and the incident management teams are ready to go. They are there ready to support those communities that will be requiring that support right now.
Labor has indicated it won't stand in the way if the Morrison government tackles cost of living in the budget. It's expected to include a temporary cut to the fuel excise and one-off payments for low-income earners and pensioners. Shadow Treasurer Jim Chalmers has told the ABC, get ready for some pre-election sweeteners on Tuesday.
We fully expect the government to do something about this on Tuesday night. We expect them to push this problem from one side of the election to the other. And so if and when that happens, you can expect us to be broadly supportive.
Early tests have indicated the presence of drugs at the time of Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins' death. The 50-year-old was found dead inside a hotel room just hours before the band was due to headline a festival in Colombia. And in royal news, Prince William says it's for the Commonwealth countries to decide if he's ever to become king. The Duke of Cambridge's stance comes amid increasing Republican sentiment through the Caribbean.
Reducing harmful engine deposits to take you further starts with mobile quality fuel at 7-Eleven. Claims are compared to unadvertised fuel and benefits may vary. See 7eleven.com.au for T's and C's.
Sunny skies for Melbourne today, down to 18 tonight. Partly cloudy tomorrow, chasing 25 degrees. Cloudy on Tuesday, then a shower or two on Wednesday. And don't forget our Listener app is the new home of Triple M. Join up to listen live or on demand now.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams and a huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job easier.
Low-scoring affair here at Optus Stadium, and it's 12 points, the margin. The Dockers 5-1-31, the Saints 2-7-19. Around the grounds for Choice Hotels. Need a break, book direct and save with Choice Hotels. Earlier today, the Tigers defeated the Giants by 36 points, and North Melbourne defeated the WAFL Eagles by 15. Spirited performance from them, but the highlight of the week has to be Friday night footy. The Swans and the Cats and the big Budwa kicking 1,000. You're a former teammate, X-Man. Tell us, one, where were you, what your thoughts, and how many goals did you provide out of the 1,000s?
So if it wasn't for me, it probably would have been 400 or 500 short. But no, I was on delay, so I like to watch the footy on delay. Just get the kids to bed, the young kids, so I can watch it without any interruptions. Mm-hmm. My phone was buzzing away, so I had a fair idea to kick the 1,000. I had tingles. I had to go get my wife out of bed and say, hey, you might want to watch this. This is amazing what I'm watching. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm just picturing Gil on Monday morning in the meeting. Righto, guys, how do we feel as though we went with Buddy's 1,000? Well, slight issue, Gil. We didn't have any security. We actually didn't see the ball go through.
Yep.
People having a picnic on the wing. Some lady scattered her ashes in the middle of the ground. And 2 players ended up at King's Cross before the siren had sounded. It was the theatre of how much of a basket case it was. I absolutely loved, and to see Bud embrace it. But it was really strange that there was no help for the big fella to get off the ground. We'll never see 1,000 goals ever again. And people say, "Oh, you should never say never." We're not seeing that again. If a player kicks 50 goals these days, we go, "Oh, they've had a good year."
Yep.
No one's doing that for 20 years, are they?
Yeah, consistently over an 18-year period, you're not going to kick.
No, what a freak. Amazing. And his career to be split almost down the middle. Premiership's obviously at Hawthorn. I like to think he was a better player at Hawthorn, but just he's done such a great service for Sydney and such a great service for Hawthorn.
Have you given him the phone call? Would he answer the X-Man's phone call? No. I
text Sharrod to say, hey, mate, congratulations to Bud. Old Shaz was...
Pass it on.
Sharrod Wellingham was front and square. I saw that. They've been great mates since kids, but... an amazing moment. And the highlight of... Even the Geelong players who were getting pants would go, how lucky were we to be a part of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, highlight of the weekend, no doubt about it. Hey, supporting tradies, Beacon Trade do over 120 stores nationwide, expert trade teams and exclusive trade services, huge range of lights, fans and electrical accessories, making every tradie's job easier. Beacon Trade, let's make light work of it. Tommy?
So here we go in the second half. It's Freo who lead by 12 points. St Kilda get the first clearance. Sarong picks it up and the umpire said that's holding the ball. The free kick, it's going to go to Gresham, I think. In fact, it's going to be Crouch. He's 35 out straight in front for St Kilda.
Good start there by St Kilda. They still had the 29 inside 50s in the first half, so it's going in there. They just followed that in nicely. Ball hit the ground. Sarong tried to take the tackler on, and Brad Crouch nailed him, unlike the second quarter where he landed his back. He nailed that one.
So 2 goals, 7 for the Saints in the first half. And then Brad Crouch, the veteran midfielder, to go back and slot this length back, and that is an absolute shocker of a kick. Hasn't made the distance, and it's been run across the boundary line, left forward pocket.
Hemmer, you could have headbutted that ball further.
Yeah, I think I probably could have.
The skill level in this inside 50 for St Kilda at the moment is costing them the 4 points.
It's a boundary throw in. Meek and Marshall. Marshall takes it out of the ruck. Been gathered though by the Dockers in Brody. He's just lost it. And the goal's going to be kicked here by Higgins. The right foot snap from Higgins. 20 out, makes up for the shocking kick from Crouch. He's got 2. And the Saints have their third. 3-7-25.
Probably couldn't have headbutted that, X. That was a pretty good kick there from Higgins.
That one was a ripper. Yeah. Crouch's shot from 30 lands out of bounds and bounce over the line. It's strange, but great finish by Higgins.
Yeah, just a bit of pressure around the ball. Brody's got the nice read from Meek there, but just pressure and tackle pressure gets the ball, and there's a chance, and then you get your opportunistic forwards, snag, jump on that, and they don't miss those too often.
It's a Freo 5-1-31. The Dockers St Kilda 3-7-20-25. Beast with some red Zeds from the first half.
Yeah, leading the way for the Saints was Hill with 16. Brad Crouch now with 16 as well. Ross with 15 and 3 clearances, still 13 and 4 clearances. And Higgins now has the 2 goals. And I'll get to Freo in the next break, Tommy.
Good on you, Beastie. Red Z lending. Loans for the self-employed as the kick goes forward and Walters has taken the mark. Looks inside 50. Got the lead on from Lobb. Pushes off his opponent, but now caught in a tackle as the ball bounced into his chest. Keep going, Beastie, with the Fremantle Dockers Red Zeds.
Yes, Young leading the way for them, 21. His career best is 23, so almost averaged out in the first half. Brayshaw, 21, as we spoke about. Big game for him, a goal there as well. Ryan, 19, Akers and Brody, 14 each. Brody also had the 3 clearances. Lobb, 2 goals, and Collier and Walters had the 1 goal apiece.
Good on you, mates. Well, a big tackle's been laid by Brayshaw on Webster, and he's going to go back and try and kick for his seconds.
Pretty stiff, this hole in the ball, I think. But
yeah.
Pin, no way to get rid of it. He doesn't have the journey.
He doesn't have the journey, right?
He doesn't have the journey.
I'm backing him.
Oh, dear. So he'll kick pretty much 49, you'd have to say, on the angle. The brother says doesn't have the journey. Doesn't have, well, he did have the journey, but just
only just though. I thought his leg was a bit longer than that. That was a little garden gnome, little prod.
Sure pass out is a good one for the Saints. They'll bring it to this broadcast side. 5-2-32 is the Dockers score. 3-7-25, 3.5 gone in his third term.
So Battle comes down the line out of his defensive 50. Alex Pearce for Freo gets a turnover for the Dockers. As Tucker beats 1, beats 2. Hand pass to Ryan, goes back to Brody. His kick smothered. Lovely little tap from Steele. Off the King by hand. Here goes to Gresham. Here goes St Kilda inside 50. No one back for them. Logue running back with the flight of the ball. He's going to beat Membry here for it. Just tries to pick it up, but he can't do it. He goes across the boundary line. Left forward pocket for St Kilda.
Strange option by Gresham. Running inside 50. Either keep running or try and pass it to your teammate. Just banging it out of bounds.
Had no one in front of him there. Could have taken an extra 30 metres, had a bounce and had a shot from 40.
So Marshall, Meek, Marshall over the back. It's taken though by Tucker. He slams it on the boot. Clears his defensive 50 up towards Darcy. Falling over there is Hayes. Darcy picks up the footy. His hand pass though taken by McKenzie. McKenzie, the big left foot, drives it long, deep into attack. Up goes Marshall. He can't mark it. Meek over the top, knocks it away. We'll throw it in 40 metres around from St Kilda's goal.
McKenzie's got a fair bit of toe coming off half back. He's done 2 or 3 lovely things today where he's competed, won the one-on-one and then rebounded.
Ball thrown back into play, 45 around from the Saints goal. Quick kick forward went nowhere for St Kilda. A hand pass is a loose one. Running onto it is Clark. Shrugged off one tackle. Just got the hand pass away before he was tackled. Ryan's kicked it up towards the wing and there's a free kick. Lobb will take it. Been really good, Rory Lobb. And brings it to this broadcast side. It's a little high for Frederick. Had the ball spoiled, but Brayshaw was there to help him out. Bombs one high, top of the 50. Not a great option when it's Collier who's your target. And the Saints will take the mark. Sinclair gathers from the short kick. Kicks out in front of Membry. Make sure you feed the whole team with Macca's 40-piece chicken McNuggets pack today. Available from 10:30am. And they continue to muck around with it at half-back. Hill, his short pass, puts Sinclair under pressure. And then a free kick was given away and Darcy's gone down.
He's hurt his knee.
He's hurt his knee. So knee on knee, you'd have to think. We'll keep an eye on that in a moment as the kick goes wide. And the mark's been taken on the far side by Battle. So Darcy's still down on the ground.
Oh, he's in a fair
bit of pain.
Yeah, rolling around, up to his feet now.
So we sort of hope it's just a corky, but he's going to have to come off the ground, X-Man.
Nah, it couldn't be a corky. Nah, more than a corky. Yeah, his foot got, I think it's his ankle, his foot got jammed in the ground as the St Kilda player flashed across his ankle injury there, I think.
Just having a look on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Great savings on Smeg Cooking Appliances now at Harvey Norman as he limps off the ground, Sean Darcy. So Britt will be all over that in just a few moments. Give us an update.
So St Kilda from half-back just work it forward. It's taken, though, by Alex Pearce for Freo. He's tackled by King. His hand pass comes to Clark. Clark to Sarong. Out wide. Here's Hayden Young just racking him up. Comes in board to Aish. Aish goes short. to the outer wing. The mark's been taken by Brodie. He gathers 20 metres to Switkowski, but the kick bounces in front of him. Hill's got pace. And he can't gather it. It goes across the boundary line. We'll go downstairs to Bob Jane T-Mart's Brit.
Yes, as you saw, Sean Darcy now on the bench in the hands of the trainers. Looks like that right ankle getting attention straight away. And yeah, he looked in an awful lot of pain when he first went down, didn't he?
Bob Jane T-Mart's by 3, get 1 free, and instant cash back on Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama and Dunlop. bobjane.com.au.
Ball back into play. Well done, Tommy. And your Brit, 7 points is the margin at the moment. The Saints have made a little charge here. Is he unlucky, Sean Darcy? Seems to be always injured.
I did med science in year 10.
Yeah,
Like, that looks like just a normal old ankle to me, not a syndesmosis or anything like that. So hopefully strap it up and away you go.
A big man to be coming down on a small ankle too.
Dr. Ellis has it all covered. As there's a free kick going the Saints' way. Higgins gave it off to Hill, who had a man right behind him in Brayshaw. What a game this kid's having. Another big tackle and a free kick holding the ball. Spreads it out wide.
Outside 5.
To Ryan.
Andy'd
be the favourite in the family this weekend at the moment, isn't he?
Oh, there was another special occasion in the household.
Oh,
but,
you can't reveal it.
Yeah,
anymore?
can't reveal that.
Okay,
but
right.
no, there was Andrew.
Andy a long way back though.
Yeah, normally he is the favourite. But, this week he was only number 2.
He's number 2. All right. No more
Gus.
details required as Hayden Young kicks it forward and here's Brayshaw again.
If he keeps getting the footy, he might be number 1.
Exactly. As he gives it off to Brodie. The kick inside 50 and Lloyd Meeks taking the mark. 20 out from goal.
Real mismatch down there. I think Lloyd Meek ended up on Brad Hill somehow, so just pop it up, get the big man's tree trunk arms out there, and he was never going to drop that.
We've had a big round of big possessions, haven't we? Lockie Neal
the midfielders reflect, haven't they?
They
Yeah.
have just loved the weekend.
Luke Miller
action.
as well had a huge day.
17
Cripper
in the first quarter.
the midfielders have really come to play at the start of the year. Lockie Neal after the game yesterday said, well, Cripps has sort of inspired him to go to a different level.
Yeah, Cripper was fantastic as well. So Lloyd Meek been solid, right in front, makes his game look even better with a 6-pointer. And the margin back out a little more for the Fremantle Dockers. It's 13. And we've gone a couple of minutes into this third quarter, and that is on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams and huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job easier.
They just had a quick look on the Harvey Norman replay. Big Lloyd. So Brad Hill's in the vision, but Brad Hill's on Frederick. So Lloyd Meek, no one on him. It's another coach killer. On Monday, Rats is going to look at the vision of some of this stuff and just pull his hair out, because that is appalling what happened.
Yeah, and then you've got to also highlight Bailey Bamfield there, just holding out Josh Battle. For a bloke that really tries to keep his spot in the team every week, it's the little things like that that just make your coach really.
He wouldn't sleep well until Thursday night, Bailey.
Yeah, it's a shocking spot to be in. I've never been there. Just 1 game, 1 win for me.
The margin is 13 points, and St Kilda free kick, get the clearance. Here comes Hill streaming through the midfield and finds King. The King's got it, 45 out straight in front.
Well, Alex Pearce has certainly done his job in the first half on this young star for St Kilda. He's had 1 shot at goal in the first quarter where he missed his foot. Needs to go back and kick this. I know it's only 13 points, but St Kilda just needs some skill and momentum.
The big Maxi King with a big Mo across the lips. We'll go back here from 50, try to answer the goal from the ruck winning Freo. King leans back, and that's good. A big kick from Big Max. And St Kilda have their 4th, 4-7-31, trail by 7 points. Freo 6-2-38. We've gone 11 minutes in the third term on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Brad Hill's butchered it a little bit today. He's had a lot of the footy, but on that occasion, he more times than not, get it in his hand, he uses it beautifully. Came off half back, laces out. King just ticked back up. We spoke about the second quarter, every player running back to goals. King on that occasion just turned back to Brad Hill and put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Sometimes when you're running back at the footy, your defenders trying to defend goal side, just turn around and the space just opens up. And a beautiful kick of the Sharon.
Hill now with 20 disposals. Max King, as we spoke about, just 4 for him so far today. 3 marks, 1 goal. So we'll see if he can get going on the Red Z Lending stats.
So 7 points is the margin. Back in the middle, Meek to do a fair bit of the ruck work until we see, hopefully, Sean Darcy Roll of the ankle, courtesy of Dr. Ellis. Nothing major, he hopes, as the kick along the ground from Akers, who might be on report for an earlier incident. Here's Hayes trying to shrug off the tackler. Gets it out wide and they can charge forward. Kenzie again will kick inside, attacking 50 and spots him up again. The big Kings come to play in the third term. And we'll go back from about 40 metres out, but he's on an angle.
Twice in a minute there. Pearce just not looking at the ball. Running back to goals, watching King. King was watching the kicker. Tick back, straight back up. Mark, chance to kick 2. Bring it back to a point.
So King, as we said, on the angle, will kick from 40. Looks like a pretty good one as well. 2 in a row. In fact, 2 inside a minute for King. And the Sainers are just 1 point behind. They're 5-7-37. The Dockers 6-2-38. Let's head down to the boundary. Bob Jane T-Mart's Brits.
Yeah, Sean Darcy up on his feet, walking to the boundary, but looks like he's going to go into the room. So Dr. Ellis might need to check your medical degree.
I didn't diagnose. He's going down there. Might find the sharp end of a needle just to nub him up, and away they go.
Is Britt telling us that year 10
med science?
That doesn't give you a doctorate?
Well,
are you questioning that, Britt? I think that's a good question.
It's a big question, and I probably wouldn't take medical advice from Zach.
I'm a stone's throw away from being a doctor.
Britt is good at bashing X, which I'm a fan of. You know?
Britt, you come in any time if you've got that sort of stuff.
Nice, Britt. Nice work.
The margin is 1 point. We've gone 13.5 in the third term. Freo lead. Meek just takes it out of the ruck and tackled strongly by Marshall. That'll be holding the ball.
Got a bit carried away with the gold, old Meek. He just thought he could do anything. Thought he was Maxi Gawn.
As Marshall takes it, he's been quiet this afternoon. A big up and under inside 50. King goes up. Can't take his third grab in 60 seconds. And Freo take it in a defensive 50.
He should have taken that, Tommy, shouldn't he? He should have taken it, 2 hands to it.
Amazing what a bit of confidence can do for a young player. Get your hands on the footy, all of a sudden you leap at everything and they'll stick in a minute.
So Marshall and Meek right on the 50. The tap comes down. Meek tries to shark his own footy. In goes Ross on the right boot. Touch. Called to play on, as the umpire says. Comes to Gresham. Hard up against the boundary line to King.
They'll stick in a minute. There it is.
Here's Big Maxi. He's 15 out. He'll go back and surely kick his third inside 90 seconds.
Just lost touch with him there a little bit, Alex Pearce. Tried to read that ball coming off the short kick in, and he's just given him 10, 15 metres.
3 in a row he's tried to read, and he's worked out that Maxi's reading a little bit better at the moment.
Yeah.
Good, strong mark.
This is Jack Darling like from last year, isn't it, when he kicked 4 or 5 in the quarter.
You see that number 12 for St Kilda and think Rewalt straight away.
So Max King for 3 inside 2 minutes. He's got it, and St Kilda have got the lead.
And has given it straight to Pearce. It's on down here. Why wouldn't you 3 in a minute? Let him know.
I think Pearce might have been a little bit lippy too first half. Yeah. I saw them getting into it. Ryan got into King at one stage as well. Well, 3 in about 3 minutes to King.
Yeah, be careful not to give away a free kick down here. Make it 4.
Let's go to Britt on the boundary. Bob Jane T-Mart, she's right amongst it.
Yes, Darcy back out onto the ground, just gone to the bench. So Zach might have been right. Quick in there and jab straight back out on the bench.
Don't admit defeat, Britt.
Sorry, is that Sean Darcy returning, is it?
So King with 3 goals. He kicked his first at the 11-minute mark. We've now ticked over 15 minutes. You're better at the old timing. How many? 3 in what? 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, 212 seconds I've got.
Thank you very much. So a doctor in medicine
year 10 calculus?
Maths as well.
No, I just threw a random number out there. I don't know what it was.
All right, we're back in the middle. The Kingsters up and about. Here's Brodie for the Dockers trying to get rid of the hand pass. Crouch all over him. The Saints up and about. This is good to see. And it's going to be a free kick going St Kilda's way.
And look at the 50-metre line for St Kilda. King has the lot.
It's a dangerous spot to be if you're Alex Pearce, especially. You'd be twitching down there.
Yeah, you'd be a little nervous. So they'll just slow things down. This is Leonard who kicks out wide. Wanganeen Malera kick further afield as well. Slowly does it at the moment for the Saints. They lead now by 5 points. Trailed pretty much all afternoon. The kick inside attacking 50. Oh, Young, terrific mark. There's a little bit of shepherding going on. Wood wanted a free kick, but Young was very good coming in from the side. to hold on to the grab. Then he spreads it out wide, but he's going to turn it over. Manganine Malero will take the mark and then kick to the top of the 50, put Gresham under pressure. Attacking it over the top of the footy was Walters. He'll get a free at right half back. 6-2-38 the Fremantle Dockers. 6-7-43 St Kilda. They've taken the lead, and make sure you feed the whole team with Macca's 40-piece chicken McNuggets pack. It is available from 10:30 a.m.
So Walters at half back goes short on the outer side to Brayshaw. Little beautiful kick over the top to find Brody on the outer wing. 17.5 gone to the third term for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. As he goes short again and finds Jordan Clark. Jordan Clark at half back. Called to play on. A booming kick down the line. Over the top is Lob. Just brings it to the front of the pack. Walters is lurking. Can't pick it up. St Kilda player dives in there. Walters goes again. Hill's got him. Little hand pass out from Hill. Ends up with Lob from 45. Goes deep to the goal line. It goes across the face. And they'll throw it in left forward pocket for the Fremantle Dockers.
Fremantle did the right thing there. Sorry, Beast, you go, mate.
You're right, mate. Third term inside 50 is 3-7 in favour of the Saints now. Plus 14 in that for the game now for St Kilda on the Red Z Lending stats.
Sean Darcy looking to come back on as Lob. Goes up against the ruck against Marshall. Comes out here towards Meek. He can't pick it up. Comes to Aish. Right foot snap from 40 from Aish. He's missed the left-hand side. Freo go to 6-3-39. Yep, and St Kilda 6-7 at 43 to margin 4 points.
18 minutes gone in this third quarter as Hill gathers it. The short pass, not 15. Patton spreads it out wide. And for Bob Jane teammates, Britt, as Tommy said, Sean Darcy looks like he's coming back on the ground.
Yes, he's standing on the side waiting to come back on, so he looks all right. Still, he's just been testing the ankle, just running up and down the boundary. He still looks a little bit ginger, so hopefully he warms up out of that.
Good stuff, Brett, as the Saints have worked it up towards the forward 50. The kick inside attacking 50. Pearce is there. Pressure comes on him. In fact, it's Logue who fumbled it. Butler trying to get out of the tackle. Then kicked off the ground by Higgins. Oh, my goodness me. Butler trying to get out of the tackle. Maybe he was holding the ball because it dropped out of his hands. And then Higgins said, I'll just kick it out of midair. Through for a 6-pointer. 3 to him. The Saints are on fire. 7-7-49 to 6-3-39. 19 gone in the third term. Freo fans not happy at all.
An excellent goal by Higgins, but that's just what happens when you get the ball going in forward 50 and you've got defenders running away from it. I don't know if you've ever played half-back X, but there is no worse spot to be running back into an open goal, knowing the ball's bouncing which way or the other with an oval footy. And then Higgins good enough to pounce on that and a fantastic finish.
Yeah, no, he got the handball out there, Butler to Higgins. Kicked his third. It just all it took was that little bit of classiness to St Kilda. All of a sudden they're dominating inside 50s and they've taken control of the game the last 10 minutes.
So we're back in the middle again. Marshall up against Darcy. St Kilda get a run on. Going for clearance here is Gresham. Little hand pass though, taken by Brody for Freo inside 50 towards Walters. At the back is Wilkie. Wilkie and Walters one-on-one. Support comes now from Battle. He dives in. And he's going to get a free kick. The goal against Bailey Banfield. Too high. Left back pocket here for Battle. So the Saints out by 10 points. We've gone 21 minutes in the third term. Battle goes long. Clears his defensive 50. And big mark over the top. Here's Big Max. He's red hot as Max King. This one at half back. The big man goes long down towards half forward, and Chapman goes back for Freo. He's going to get a free kick, I think. It's going to go to Luke Ryan, in fact. Half back for Freo out of side. The Saints lead by 10 points. Just over 6 minutes to go in the third term.
21 gone. Ryan has it. His good buddy Cox is out of the game for COVID protocols. It comes into the hands of Wood, who picked up the crumbs. Oh, and then a bit of a fumble. Memory pounces onto it, runs inside, attacking 50. Higgins will draw a player, then lob a hand pass, puts Memory under pressure though. They've nearly mucked this up. Ross goes back by hand. McKenzie got a good leg on him, kicks it though, wide of the mark, out of bounds on the full. Jeebus, they should have done better there. They should be 16 up and cruising to three-quarter time. As we have a look up on the screen at the Harvey Norman replay of the Higgins goal. It was a bit of a goodie, wasn't it? Kicking it off the grounds.
don't know if they're showing that on the Harvey Norman replay as it could be touched, but it certainly wasn't.
No, it looked okay as the ball is kicked out to the far side and rushed over the line. So the Dockers now under the pump. They've led for most of the afternoon until this third term, midway through the third term, and 4 straight goals to the Saints. They're looking the goods. St Kilda, the tap, a good one to Sinclair. His kick inside 50. Pack or form. Membry went for the mark. There's going to be a free kick, though, for Higgins.
Young's been tremendous today. He's been fantastic for Fremantle. 25 touches, but I don't know about trying to take a hanger in the defensive pocket. He's been pinned for an unrealistic attempt. Higgins to go back.
St Kilda now plus 17 in inside 50 for the game. The Reds Atlantic stats. So if they start using it well, like they have been this term.
So Higgins has already got 3 to his name. He'll kick from 45 on a tough angle. Oh my goodness. It's gone through. Very little celebration from him. The umpire took a while to think about it as well. He's kicked 4.
I thought he was going straight to the crowd to celebrate and then just gave him nothing.
8-7-55 plays 6-3-39. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams and huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job a little easier. And for Choice Hotels around the grounds, it was earlier today, North Melbourne over West Coast, and the Tigers did it without Dusty over the Giants. Need a break? Book direct and save with choicehotels.com.
Yeah, that's going to be on Hayden Young's clips on Monday. You can't be doing that inside D50. Just go back to the basics as a defender there. You've had a really good game, but kill that spoil out of bounds and reset.
And naturally a very composed defender. So unusual to see him try and fly for a hanger.
Just a rare rush of blood.
So 3 to Higgins and 3 to King this quarter. The Saints have kicked the last 5. It leads out to 16 points as the clearance again comes to Crouch to Hill. Bit of pace off half-back, burns off Frederick, but he's turned it over. And the mark's been taken by Andy Brayshaw. Brayshaw for Freo. Just runs into the square, kicks long. Here comes Darcy over the top. Can't take the mark. Frederick Roves grabs. He's tackled straight away. And the clearing kick comes back there from Battle down the line. Pearce leaves his man, gets it, goes short and finds Schultz. 60 from home. Dockers fans 150. The umpire says, stay where you are. Young man Lockie Schultz is his call to play on. Goes inside 50, lob, Darcy, a host of tall timber, no mark taken, picking up by Switkowski. And he snapped and missed to the left-hand side. 6 goals, 4, 40 Freo. St Kilda 8-7-55. The margin is 15. They've gone 25 from the third term on the Beacon Trade scoreboard.
So 1 goal for Freo in about 40 minutes of footy.
Versus 6 for the Saints this term, lock after 2 in the first half.
An amazing turnaround. Looked quite comfortable at half-time, although the margin was only 12, but Freo looked to be dominating. The Saints have been terrific in this third quarter, and they've got the ball in their hands right now. It's Wood at left half-back. He'll go short. Crouch has taken it. He looks further afield. Might just go short again to Webster, go laterally.
Switches on if they want to take it with a bit of space.
They could come to this broadcast side, although Freo have got the numbers to cover that area, so they continue just to kick it across half-back. Wilkie had a bit of a fumble, so was forced to play on. He kicks it down the line. Young's there to try and take the mark. He had a couple of goes at it, then fell to ground with the ball in hand, and the umpire says, give it to me, we'll ball it up one more time.
Saints also plus 31 in disposal, exit in the Reds Atlantic stats this term as well.
Just looking at Alex Pearce, right now he's giving King 10 or 12 metres space. You've got to get up on him.
Seabass special super comments from the X-Man.
This is what happened.
This is going to happen as Gresham grabs hold of it, 45 metres out, kicks towards goal and hits the post.
But even then, King had 5 or 6 metres for a small lead-up, and Gresham had a shot, rightfully so, because he did break open. But they've got to close this distance on their key forwards, the defenders, because it's at the moment they can't stop the wave of momentum, and they're making options too easy.
So 16 points is the margin, 26 gone in the third quarter. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard, Tommy.
So Ryan brings it out of the square and goes short. And finds down the back here Griffin Logue. Call to play on the back pocket. Logue just puts it up, hoping for Pearce over the back. King almost took another grab. Ball comes to ground. In goes McKenzie for St Kilda. Hayes picked up his tackle, didn't get boot to ball, paddled forward by Crouch. It's the wrong, sees it across the line.
This is a part of the game I think Fremantle need to get back into their power. The stoppage. St Kilda have really got on top through there. Steele's getting his hands on the ball in there. Ross is getting his hands on the ball in there. And they're just getting it going forward. And they're making the most of their opportunities. So Freo have just got to really make sure they're focusing on closing this contest out and making it more of a dogfight inside.
So Meek and Hayes. Hayes wins it down to the front of the pack. Here's Gresham. Will fend off from Gresham. Goes inside 50. King's going back with the flight of the ball. Pearce beats into it. Slaps it down. Here's Steele. By hand. Comes back. Brayshaw grabs it for Freo. And it's gone off the boot, I think, here of Gresham and across the line. The umpire says I'll throw it in. The special comments this afternoon from Hammer and Xavier Ellis for Cbus Super, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Cbus for all of us.
Time ticking away to three-quarter time. It's the Saints by 16 points, 30-point turnaround in this quarter. 28 points, in fact, to be exact, as Crouch gets caught in the tackle holding the ball, surely. It was only 25 out, took too long to try and get rid of the footy.
Saints have just dropped Membry behind the play from centre forward to the last line of defence. Griffin Logue will be Fremantle spare.
And they'll come to this broadcast side, Fremantle, up towards shy of the wing, and Hayes has taken the mark, so
get it in, one-on-one, get it in.
Their tools have been really good in this term, and a chance here as King goes up against three. Akers. And then Akers dropped the mark and then tackled King, who was nowhere near the footy. And King will go back from another 45-metre on the angle kick to try and nail a fourth for the quarter.
Now, I reckon King might have also held on. Once he realised that Akers was taking him to ground, grab on. No, I'm watching the Harvey Norman replay. That was just a stupid decision by Akers to bury him. Absolutely, just finished him. Silly.
But when you're on fire, all you're aware of is how good that player's been, and you think the ball's going to land in their hands. So we're pretty much right behind it. And King, as we said, has kicked three this quarter. He's been a star. Very, very quiet in the first half. He's kicked it across the face, though. And he'll stretch the margin out to 17 points. Higgins has got 4. King's got 3. It's 6-4-40 Freo. St Kilda 8-9, 57, 29 gone now in the third term.
So 6-1 this quarter. King and Higgins dominating, as Locke said. As Ryan just brings it out of the square, has a bounce, and just tries to go short to find Griffin Logue. Spoiled over the back, taken here by McKenzie. Short pass. And they're going to have another shot here. It's going to be Higgins again. To Higgins. Could go back, kick his fourth for the quarter. He's 40 out on a pretty hard angle.
He'd want to put this one in. He had Max King all by himself in the goal square. Had a look and thought, give it the old, maybe, mate. Sorry, I'm going to go back and have a shot.
I reckon he might have copped a bit of chirp last time from the same spot. I don't think they'll be saying much in the crowd right now. Similar spot to where we saw him drill one only moments ago.
The 5 goals in a row for St Kilda to make it 6. And Higgins has missed to the left-hand side. And that'll be all she wrote for the third term. So St Kilda completely dominating the third term. The margin was 12 points at half-time for the Dockers' way. St Kilda now lead by 18. It's 8-10, 58. Freo 6-4-40. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, expert trade teams, and a huge range of electrical products and services, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Feed the whole team with Macca's 40-piece chicken McNuggets pack today. Available from 10:30 a.m.
We're trying to make sense of the death of the Foo Fighters' Taylor Hawkins. The truth is, right now, just doesn't make any sense. We're just feeling sad. We know you are too. So tomorrow, Triple M will dig out some of the great Fooey's tracks that Taylor put his blood, sweat and tears into. Then at midday, tune in to hear some of our favourite moments chatting to Taylor over the years. Tomorrow, Triple M remembers the Foo Fighters' Taylor Hawkins.
Open your ears to a new world of audio. Radio, podcasts, music and news, all in your personalised daily feed. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free.
Listen.
How did Cbus become a top-performing super fund? By returning an average of 9.25% every year for the past 37 years. What does that mean? Well,
it means we're pretty darn reliable. Cbus, for all of us. To consider if Cbus is right for you, go to cbussuper.com.au for a PDS and target market determination. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
It's finally footy season. Catch up on all the footy action in today's Sunday Herald Sun. From Mark Robbo Robinson's must-read weekly column, The Sunday Tackle, to triple premiership coach Mick Malthouse's take on the game in The Coach, only in the Sunday Herald Sun.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Tradies, at National Tiles we know how extra valuable your time is in this current building boom, so we've streamlined how quickly we can serve you. Just go online and order from thousands of National Tiles, adhesives, grouts and tools for immediate delivery or pickup. No waiting, no delays. Yes, at National Tiles, our tradies are our VIPs, where we consistently strive to save you time and money every day of the year.
Tools, tools, tools! Sydney Tools! Sydney Tools bonus battery blitz ends today! Score up to 3 bonus batteries on Makita, Milwaukee, DeWalt and Hikoki combo kits. Makita 4-piece combo kit, $11.99. Plus score 2 4-amp batteries free. DeWalt 2-piece combo kit, $7.49. Plus score a 4-amp battery free. Or score 3 free 4-amp batteries on a Milwaukee 8-piece combo kit. This weekend only at Sydney Tools. Sydney Tools, best prices guaranteed. Shop in store online, sydneytools.com.au.
At Light and Easy, we believe eating well is at the heart of health and well-being. It's why we use the freshest quality ingredients to create over 160 delicious, nutritious meals that can be enjoyed by anyone. From those who want to lose weight, to those who want to gain more free time, from those who want to be a little healthier, to those a little older who want to age well. Try Light and Easy for yourself, and if you're not happy, we'll give you your money back. Visit lightandeasy.com.au or call us on 13 15 12.
Hi, I'm Sam Squires, sports journalist and host of On Her Game podcast, created in partnership with Puma. If you could be fearless about the future of women's sport, what would it look like? I've partnered with Puma to ask their top sporting icons from netball, track and field, AFL and rugby league what they want the future of women's sport to look like and how we can achieve it. Search On Her Game podcast, created in partnership with Puma. Download the new Listener app now and listen for free.
Listener.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor, where good food deserves a great drop.
30-point turnaround in that third quarter was impressive stuff from the Saints. They trailed by 12 and now they lead by 18. 8-10-58 plays 6-4-40. Quite amazing, X-Man.
Absolutely. They just cleaned up what they did so poorly in the first half. The connection going inside 50. They were winning the inside 50 battle in the first half and winning it convinced, but it was so messy and ugly and turnover. And now they actually hit Higgins, they hit King, and it just looked like a football team who could produce big performances like we just saw. Nothing was special. It was just basic stuff that they did really well. Just hit a 20-metre target, took a mark they should have taken rather than dropped in the first half. Big King was horribly quiet in the first half, but gee whiz, someone lit something under him, and away he went. 3 goals in about 2 minutes, and that was the game swinging back in St Kilda's favour. And then his little mate Higgins has popped up for 4, but kicked 3 that quarter as well.
Yeah, I think with having King on fire that quarter, it gives you one presence leading at the ball. The first half, they were all running away from it. They couldn't get any real look going inside 50. So just having that one pillar target hitting up allows the other players to get in reasonably good positions to get the ball, as you see with Higgins popping up for a few as well. So they've got to stop that big man from getting his hands on the footy. Otherwise, it's going to be a long slog for the next 30 minutes.
Hey, Beastie, couple of Red Z lending stats, just some of the standouts as we see Sean Darcy heading down into the rooms. Britt will be all over that in just a moment.
Yeah, Brayshaw's got 30, Young 25. That's a career best for him in his young career. 25 for Ryan. And on the other side of things for the Saints, Hill leads the way with 24, Crouch 24 too, Gresham with 20, Ross with 19, Sinclair with 18. And obviously the two boys lining it up. Higgins 14 disposals, 4 goals, and King now with 8 and 3 goals on the Red Z leading stats.
So the lead is St Kilda by 18 points. The first clearance, though, comes the way of the Dockers. Swikowski, little hand pass off the Sarong. He pushes one deep inside 50 to Lob. Just goes through his fingers out the back here as Walters is lurking, plays for a free kick. Nothing given. Lob goes back in. He's tackled by Wanganeen Malira, and he'll throw it up in the forward pocket here for Freo.
Who do we think for Fremantle can be the the player that swings his 3-goal margin. There's no one really jumping off the page, is there?
Not really. I mean, Andrew's not going to kick you many goals. He'll get the ball going inside. I think it's got to be someone like Rory Lobb who can try and take a mark. The big boy up the other end, Max King, did it. So you've really got to lean on your big, tall forward here to pluck a few.
That's the wrong, just grubbered one towards goal. Misses the left-hand side. Let's go downstairs for Bob Jane T-Marks to Britt.
Well, the debutant O'Driscoll, the medical sub, he's been subbed on, so he will get some game time in this final quarter with Darcy being subbed off.
Good on you, Brett, as the kick down the line from King will just land in the hands of Ryan. He has to tap it, though, to his advantage because it held up. Little 1-2 with Hamling. He receives it back again and chips it out towards the boundary. Switkowski had a bit of a fumble, might lose it. Going to work hard against Patton on this occasion. Patton did well, gave it to his teammate in Wanganeen Malera. Just kept it in play, kicked it further afield. Hayes tried to paddle it to his team's advantage, holding on against Hamling. It'll go St Kilda's way. So Darcy out of the game. He would have been one that could have maybe jagged you a couple of goals.
No, I think it's a clever sub.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't mind it. There's an ankle injury there. You're tall, you're slow, and you've got to go quick now.
Yep. So get some run in. O'Driscoll, we'll see him in the action very soon as Gresham has it. Kicks it inside, attacking 50. Packle form. Noah can take it. Butler roves it, then kicks it high towards the goal square. Plenty of players underneath it, fisted away nicely by Clark towards the boundary line, 5 metres around from St Kilda's goal. We'll have a throw in. 8:10:58, the Saints. The Dockers 6-5-41. That's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard.
And of course, we're looking for a name, and it's Fife, Tabernar, Mundy, those guys that aren't there. So it's going to be interesting who can stand up.
So the tap comes down here to Collier. Left boot, just clears his defensive 50, but strong mark out there is taken by Wilkie for St Kilda. Of course, Freo went tall, bringing back Sean Darcy and left Lloyd Meek. And Rory Lobb on the side as Wilkie just pops it up to the hot spot. Big 2-foot jumper here, and Membry can't mark. Front of the pack, King hand pass off to Membry. It's going to be a free kick holding the ball. Will go against Tim Membry, and Andy Brayshaw will take it at full-back here for Freo. So Brayshaw, this will be possession number 31 on the Red Zeds. Goes short to Hamling. The Saints just leave him alone and dare him to kick it like a three-pointer for Ben Simmons. He goes long down the line. Strong mark. Taken there by Battle for St Kilda.
I played in a game with Campbell Brown once where they actually ran away from him and he thought he was running hot. Came in at quarter time and felt like he was grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck until he realised the call by the Saints team was leave him alone.
As Hill goes across the ground. And the Saints have on the far side here through Wilkie. Slows things up, comes inboard to Brad Hill.
Been very good, Brad Hill.
27, that one was smothered though. Ends up in the hands of Membry. He hand passes back to Wilkie. He wants Brad Hill, instead goes further to the field. Goes back here to Battle. He comes short. And now the Saints come even shorter and find Jimmy Webster in the middle of the ground for St Kilda. He's marked up here by Sonny Walters.
17 points that margin. The Saints lead it. A short pass, a good one to Patton, who brings it out towards the boundary line. Wanganeen Malera takes the mark, standing at his acres. Could be on reports, or might see a bit of match review officer action tomorrow with a hit on King early in the game. It's back into the hands of Webster, who's told to play on. He'll kick it up towards the top of the 50. Packle form. Pearce came through but missed the ball completely. The hands to Hayes, not so good. Logue on the ground. Then a Saints player comes over the top of him. He's going to be caught. He's in trouble. He dived on the footy and had no intention of getting rid of it.
They're so hot on that this year already, the umpires. You just can't drag it in. I know it's counterintuitive in your defensive 50, but you've got to either keep the ball alive or just let it play, because as soon as you drag it in and get pinged, they're just straight on it, holding the ball.
It hasn't been Jack Steele's big day, but if he drains this, you can almost get the confetti out, I think. This might be game, set, match. The captain.
Little Seabus super action for the X-Man and Hammer, delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Seabus for all of us, and Steele will kick towards goal. And he's pushed it to the left-hand side. So a minor score there for the Sunners. They're 8-11-59. The Dockers 6-5-41. 5 gone in the final term for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Here's Tommy Atkinson.
You mentioned the match review panel lock. A couple of charges in just come through. Finn McGuinness from Hawthorn. Early plea rough conduct, a fine. And also from the Hawks, Giath can accept a $2,000 sanctioned early plea for tripping Ollie Lyons. So Freo.
Top of the ladder Hawks there too, Tommy.
Just book your plane tickets now as the Dockers bring it out. They've turned it over though. And the mark's been taken by Gresham at centre half forward for St Kilda.
Look at King on the move.
So Gresham, he's fallen over. He's tried to kick it and absolutely stuffed it. And a turnover to Freo. He's Brayshaw by hand. Little short one to Ryan. Just set him up. Hospital handball. But he's going to be okay. He's going to get a free kick for a high tackle against Seb Ross.
Just get up and take it. You're 3 goals down. You got to get going. Just giving time for St Kilda to defend. There they are. All 18 now in line with the man on the mark or behind it.
So Ryan for the Dockers on his defensive 50. This will be possession number 28 on the Red Zeds. Goes short to Griffin Logue, and that's going to be 50. He's gone across the mark as Jack Higgins, and Logue will take the advantage 50 metres further afield, just inside the centre square. Griffin Logue. So it's a run here from Aish. Over the top, further afield. Comes the Dockers here through Collier. Little pass, but a strong mark in defence. It's been taken back there by Battle.
Done that a couple of times today, Battle, hasn't he? Just read it well and plucked that semi-contested mark.
So still 18 points the margin. The Saints leading the way. We've travelled 6.5, nearly 7 minutes in this final term. It'll come back Freo's way. Ryan was caught high, but advantage really. Short pass hit Switkowski to Clark, to Banfield. Brayshaw, 45 out. This will inspire him. He's missed it to the right-hand side.
Had to kick that one, the kid. They've got to get that ball going through the corridor, though. That movement is what they need. They're 3 goals down. Last quarter, you've got to be willing to lose the game by a few more than 3 to really give yourself a chance to get it going forward through the corridor.
So on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard, IGA Liquor with good food deserves a great drop. It's 8-11-59 St Kilda to 6-6-42 the Saints. 7.5 gone in this final term. Time running out for Freo in front of their fans for the first time in a while. As Logue gathers it to Tucker, wanted to get on his left, then ran into trouble. Missed the hand pass to Brayshaw. Gathered by Gresham. Chain of hand passes, see Crouch get it. Kick it out towards right half back. Now they can maybe set something up. Kenzie kicks towards the wing. And a good mark taken. Aish was late to the party. Marshall takes it to Battle. Chips it over the top, but he'll kick it out of bounds. On the full, Steele was leading for him. He missed the target. 17 points the margin. 8 gone. And we're at Optus Stadium. The Dockers trailing St Kilda.
So Freo haven't won 2 straight X since 2015 to start their season.
Yeah, a bit like the Carlton run, wasn't it?
So a long time between drinks for 2 wins for Freo, and they're battling here, 17 points down. They push the ball inside 50. He's Welkers at the back, taps it on towards Frederick. The St Kilda go up, and almost calls a turnover. Comes to Tucker. He's 40 out on the left, puts it towards Lob. The mark though has been taken by Wilkie.
Messi had Banfield just at the 15-metre square up, was in the eyesight too, snapped to a St Kilda player.
So Lienhart just clears his defence. It bounces once and taken by Collier. His little short kick's an absolute shocker. Fresh area though from Gresham off the ground. Ryan gets it by hand. Little hand pass, and that's a high contact. Going in was Tim Membry, and he's taken Caleb Sarong on the head.
Got to get up and get going though. I know it might hurt a little bit, but again, St Kilda players all just jogging back now to fill this hole. Sarong's about 70 metres out.
He looks sore, Sarong just pumps it long, deep into attack. Here comes Lob. Goes through his hands at the back of the pack here as Banfield picks it up by Schultz. Little hand pass in towards attack. And St Kilda, though, they got the numbers. They're going to relieve things and get out of defence.
They certainly will, although they might run into a bit of trouble. Decide to swing the play to this broadcast side. Woods taking the mark. Will kick it to a lead just outside his defensive 50. Burns has dropped the mark. Had to go back by hand. Leonard kicked it over his shoulder. Lowe had a bit of a fumble tight to the boundary. Might be okay with that one. Should have taken the mark in the ends, but at least they're in their forward half of the ground and a chance maybe to score. 8-11-59 St Kilda, 6-6-42 Fremantle, 10 gone now. For Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream as the ball's back into play. Brody Left it for Chapman. Gave it to Brayshaw. Brayshaw kicks inside attacking 50. Frederick flies. Couldn't hold on to the mark. It's about 10 metres out from Fremantle's goal. And we'll have another ball up. So a couple of chances here for Fremantle. They need to make the most of it in the next minute or so. 17 points they trail by. Saints have been terrific in this second half. We'll throw it back up. Meek versus Marshall, trying to kick it off the ground. Schultz, Brody's there, taken without the footy. Freo fans want a free kick. It's a bit of a rugby scrum at the moment. We'll have another ball up, 30 out from the Dockers' goal. Still trailing by 17 points.
Yeah, great space here, Tom, don't they? Create some space. Let Sonny or someone fly through.
So Dockers need a goal desperately as Meek wins it down to the back of the pack. Coming through is Chapman, tries to just force his way through. He's tackled. The umpire says I'll throw it up again.
Just get everyone out of there. You're probably going to win the hit out. Get everyone out of there.
So same spot, take two. Meek pushes it forward. Comes to St Kilda though, and they get a clearing kick through Joyce. And it's come all the way out to the near side wing. Pearce puts on the Jets, just shrugs off King. Little spearing kick on the half volley here as Brody tries to get to Brayshaw. Brayshaw picks it up, tackled straight away by Ross. Comes to the lob. Lob will hand pass over the top. St Kilda. They'll settle things down through Wanganeen Malira to Steele. Back to Wanganeen Malira. And that's a kick intercepted though by Aish. And now Freo have it near side wing. Dockers fans want Aish to go and go quick. And he does. Puts it just inside the 50, but no one's at home. The Saints though have dropped it. It comes to Sonny along the ground. Not sure why he just didn't kick it through. At goalpost height for Sonny Walters, goes through for one behind. The margin is now 15 points. We've gone 12 minutes in the final term on the Triple M Ream Hot Water scoreboard.
So they kick out and come to this broadcast side. They're edging closer, but only by behinds with 12 gone in this final term. The kick out. Tucker fumbled the mark. Came off a boot, but it rolled over and bounced through. So 25,284 in attendance. Of course, only a 50% capacity here at Optus Stadium.
Next week goes to 45,000, right?
Yeah, so 75% can go up for the Derby next week. It'll be an interesting one. Sarong gathers it to Akers, trying to shrug off the tackle. Kicks it inside attacking 50. Walters really eager. O'Driscoll hovering. And a free kick will go St Kilda's way. It's against Walters in his defensive half of the ground. Sun shakes his head.
Everything's got to go right here for Fremantle to get back in this game. They can't be giving away free kicks like that. They get it inside 50. They've just got to capitalise.
So the kick's a short one. It just held up, and Brody's taken the mark. So Hammer, a chance here. If Brody can find a target, he just kicks it, and there was 4 St Kilda players with Frederick out the back. Then nearly a smothered kick. Puts the Saints under pressure. They should get out of the defensive half of the ground. A little bit of run and carry's good. The short pass even better, and Gresham takes it. That McKenzie, he's a handy little player. I think you mentioned him before, X.
He takes off. He just takes off.
Got some speed.
He's played 60 games. That surprised me.
Yeah, played a bit of VFL footy with McKenzie. Can really get going and take it off.
And got a nice leg on him
as well. He does.
So the Saints have gone backwards to try and go forward. They're tight to the boundary far side of the grounds. And they lead at the moment, so they're feeling comfortable. 16 points is the advantage. 8-11 plays 6-7. The Dockers desperately need a turnover here. Ross has it in his defensive half of the ground. Could go to the boundary. Decides to do that. They're just controlling the tempo right now. St Kilda 8-11-59. The Dockers 6-7-43. That's on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboard. IGA Liquor, where the good food deserves a great drop.
The ball's driven to half forward for St Kilda. Can't be marked here by Marshall. It goes across the line. We'll throw it in. So last 5 goals all going St Kilda's way.
The last goal for Freo was 9:17 of the third quarter too, Tommy. So it's been a while.
It's been over a quarter for Freo.
That's the only one for the half. On the Red Zed Lending stats.
As the boundary throw-in comes in, clearance comes here through Brody. Little underground handball from Sarong. Comes to Schultz. That's a high kick. Asks a lot of Trav Collier. He can't mark, but he picks up his own footy and goes long and goes big at the back of the pack. Here is Frederick. Can't mark. Hits the ground. Here's Walters sharking, moving. He's just tunneled out behind him. And players dive in. Crouches there. The umpire says, I'm going to let it go.
Well, they're getting plenty of supply. 11-3 this term inside 50s in favour of Freo. It's been the only quarter that they've dominated in that category on the Reds Atlantic stats. So at least they're getting it in there, giving themselves a chance.
It's McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy as Lob and Marshall go at it. Marshall wins it down. Crouch dives in. Tackled strongly by Brody. Look kick off the side of the boot. Being called to play on. He's Leanhart deep in his defence. Just slaps it on the boot. And James A should take this. He's 55 out from goal.
He certainly is. So many numbers for the Saints inside attacking 50. He just kicks it up for a bit of hope. Ball comes loose, then kicked off the ground towards the boundary. That'll be delivered by the Saints. It'll roll over. Umpire right there. So another chance piece for a inside 50, but
clever deliberate. Just kick it out and then set up again.
Chance to get the numbers back. And once again, Lob will have to come from behind several Saints players. Here's Hill. Leonard gets it away, kicks it over his shoulder. A little shove out there. Surely that's a free kick, and it'll be Akers who'll take it.
Beast marks inside 50 for Freo if you can get them for us, mate.
Kick inside 50 now, a chance, although there's 3 Dockers that have fallen over and 3 Saints there to fist the ball over the boundary line. Beastie?
It's 3 marks inside 50 for the game.
For the game. 3 marks inside 50.
Saints just flooding numbers back.
Versus 11.
Red said Lenning, loans for the self-employed, the Beastie or Smithy. It's been on fire. Big tackle laid. Umpire comes in very quickly. Doesn't give a lot of time to get rid of that one.
X, I know that you want to just be getting it in deep at this point, roll and go, but with the numbers of St Kilda fighting back, you might be trying to find a little 135 out. Just spot one up if you can.
Quick kick away. Hamish Brayshaw looking after the Subo Super special comments. And once again, a mark for the Dockers to Pearce. They've got to be smart here. That one wasn't smart because it's been chopped off. Another short pass and another turnover for Freo.
Only thing is, too, when they do try and take, they've got the skill level Freo because they're missing Mundy and those guys to fight. I think the kick also needs to be deeper. Get it to 7 metres out, not 21 metres out, because you have a chance to snap one from there.
So Freo now have it on the outer wing. As brushes off one and a second one for Akers. Little 1-2 comes here through Sarong. Back to Akers inside 50. Lob 2 against 1 at the front of the pack. Roving it here is Chapman. Little hand pass off. And he kicks on goal. And the Dockers have one finally. It's the youngster in O'Driscoll. On for his first game. And kicks his first goal.
There's going to be a review, Tommy. The umpire said, if you can read the lips, she said it was a goal, but needs to check just in case.
Yeah, well, you said you needed a spark. Something needs to go right for you, and if that doesn't get the team up and about, if this is turned to goal, then nothing will. But a really, really good, solid goal. Had the footy, had plenty of time to compose himself.
Review complete. Looking at these angles, we can see there is a gap between the ball and the post.
Nailed the goal.
So O'Driscoll nails the goal on debut. The Dockers need. They get their seventh beast?
Yep.
7-7. 7-7-49 as the scoreboard catches up. St Kilda are 8-11-59. The margin is 10 points. And we are deep into the 4th term with Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor, where good food deserves the great drop.
6 minutes remaining. Fremantle made a goal from nowhere. Lovely left foot finish by the first game. A fantastic finish to take it on. But they need something more obvious than that. A first gamer on the boundary line on the left foot.
Yeah, and this is where they've got to do it, X. They've got 6-on-6 inside forward 50. Saints are flooding their numbers back, and you can't do that with your favourite 6-on-6 rule. So win it out of the centre, get it going forward, give yourself a chance with equal numbers.
Well, they found their voice. We'll go to you down there in the boundary in a moment, Britt Taylor. But first, let's bounce the footy back in the middle. 10 points to margin. Can the Dockers storm back? Can the Saints hold on? Brody, the hand pass is a loose one. Plenty of numbers there. Sinclair misses his target, goes back and gets it. Did really well in it. Then helps him out with a quick kick out towards the wing position. Out in front, taking a good mark is Hayden Young. So no need to rush, but they do need to move the ball quicker on this occasion. Decides to go back towards centre-half back. Pearce looks down the line. No options there. Might head back to Young, you'd have to think. This will frustrate the fans. They just want another goal quickly. 59 plays 49. 20 minutes now ticked over. A little over 5 remaining in the game. to wrap up round 2. The kick along the line, and McKenzie had a bit of a fumble, so that might be over the line and out of bounds. It is. It's touched far side.
Inside 50s now this time. 15-3 in favour of Freo. It looks like the Saints have gone to like an NFL prevent defence, boys.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to work. Never worked in the NFL. Doesn't look like it's working for them now.
A hand pass backwards to Sinclair. He goes further back. Wanganeen Malera. He kicks it over the top of his teammate's head. Charging at it Young. He'll be caught on the boundary. Good chance to go to the boundary. Britt Taylor for Bob Jones T-Marts.
Well, that definitely got the crowd up on their feet, didn't it, to see O'Driscoll kick his first AFL goal, and that's what they needed here, the supporters, something to cheer about, and that certainly gave it to them.
Good on you, Britt. Bob Jones T-Marts. Buy 3, get 1 free. An instant cash back on Bridgestone, Michelin, Goodyear, Continental, Yokohama and Dunlop. BobJane.com.au. And we've still got it on the wing. It'll be in the hands of the Saints, who lead it by 10. And we've got about 5 minutes remaining, Tommy Atkinson.
Yeah, so free kick here goes to Hayes. So Jack Hayes just loads up inside 50. Free man here flies. Can't take the mark. Comes to Pearce by hand. Goes to Brody. He loses a bit of territory, but gains some confidence back to Young. His hand pass off to Aish. Big up and under kick. Wanganeen Malera. Very nice grab. He's 70 from home. Right half forward for St Kilda. Their lead is 10 points. Wanganeen Malera. Sub last week, into the side this week, kicks inside 50, going back, here he is, the big Maxi King, the big long arms, just went back into the pack, stuck him up, he's taken the mark, he'll go back from here and make the margin 16 points.
I wonder how much work this young man does with Jared Ruffhead, who's down at St Kilda. He was the only coach there that did not, only player then, sorry, that kept moving. Sure enough, takes a strong mark.
So Max King, this will make it hard for Freo. He's kicked 3-1, and now he's kicked his 4th. Big Maxi stood up at a pivotal time for St Kilda, 9-11-65. Freo 7-7-49. The margin's back to 16 points. We've gone 22.5 in the 4th term on the Triple M IJ Liga scoreboard.
It's 3 goals now, the Lee Matthews theory. 3 goals, 3 minutes. There's still a sniff. But they've really just got to get something going from the middle here. It has to go forward. Has that ever happened,
though? I know it's Lee Matthews' theory, but has it ever happened?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe when there's a goal with a minute to go.
Final last year?
But the other way.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah, 3 minutes when it's the pylon.
Yeah.
Every now and again there's 1 goal in it with 1 minute to go and they kick one late. That sort of satisfies the theory. But not too sure with the 3 goals in 3. But need to get it going forward here. Give themselves a chance. Need Lob or someone like that to take a big mark going down forward.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Need a break? Book direct and save with choicehotels.com. Of course, winners today, North Melbourne over the Western Bulldogs, and the Tigers got the job done over the Giants. The Dockers needing something real drastic here as the kick forward from Steele goes up towards centre half forward. Pearce is there on hands and knees, did really well, just shoveled it to his own advantage, takes on the tackler, hand passes to a running Brayshaw. He wanted to give it back, decides to go further afield. This is good footy to Banfield. They need this. They need a goal here. Banfield kicks it. In fact, it was Chapman kicks it inside attacking 50. Mark couldn't be taken. The Saints there with the numbers. Wilkie will just kick it and hope for someone to take a mark. Comes down towards Brayshaw. He can reload for Freo. Inside attacking 50. Walters there. Can't trap it. Hill does. Hands it back straight to Collier, who's caught in a tackle, and they'll get a free.
Got to go back, kick this. That'll bring it to 2 in 2 minutes. The theory could still be on.
So 2:30 remaining, Hammer.
Yep. Put this away.
And Collier's right in front. Already kicked a goal. It was a bit of a thriller earlier in the game, and he's right in front, 30 out. Must kick it. And he does. There's a bit of life in Freo with 2.5 remaining. They trail at the moment, though. And need 2 more and stop the Saints from scoring again. That is on the Triple M IGA Liquor scoreboards. Here at Optus Stadium, it's 9-11-65 to 8-7-55.
2 goals, 2 minutes. I've always said that's a possibility.
Yeah, you were a big advocate of the lethal theory. Just simple footy there, though, from Freo. Got it going in, got it going forward. The Chapman kick, yeah, it was flat, but get it inside your forward 50. Give your forwards a chance. Get a free kick. You're always happy to catch a cheapie, but you got to capitalise and finish on them.
The 10 points, St Kilda's lead. The Dockers need 2 goals. We've gone 25 minutes in the final term. It's Meek in the ruck here for Fremantle. O'Driscoll, the sub's in there as well. Up goes Meek, can't win it down. Marshall does, trying to burst through. Is Sarong, he's tackled without the footy. The umpire says that's okay, and I'll throw it up again.
It's a big moment having O'Driscoll in the middle of the ground when you need 2 goals.
Well, a little bit of run in the legs still. Yeah. He's fresh.
So no clear tap, falls to Sinclair in the centre of the ground. Off the ground here is Gresham. Can't go past Young though. Young spearing pass out wide, looking for Chapman. He's been moved to a half-forward flank as Heath Chapman just paddles it in front of him, paddles it again. Taken though by St Kilda. A little hand pass comes off for Leanhart. He just grubbers one along the line. Taken out there wide by Higgins. Little 1-2. Higgins goes back looking for King. Can't mark. And taken in the front here by Pearce. Just does very well as Alex Pearce. But the umpire says across the line. We'll throw it in far side of the wing. The margin 10 points, 26.5 gone in the final term.
It's nearly looking good for Alex Pearce. He really takes on.
How good's King going to be?
Yeah, he's going to be good. Oh, real good. Ball back into play now. Time running out for Freo. The tap down. Brayshaw did really well. O'Driscoll needs to pick it up and move it on. In the end, he fell over the top of the footy, came the pressure. Sinclair gathers for the Saints. Kicks it in the King direction. 1-on-1 against Pearce. Tapped away by Aish as he came in to join the fun. On hands and knees, Akers. Couldn't get the hand pass away. Here's Brayshaw again. Caught without the footy at left half back, and high contact in the ends. They'll pay it. Here's Akers, caught, just ran 1 or 2 steps too far, gathered and kicked inside, attacking 50 for the Saints, running back with the flight is Hayden Young. Got to go. A minute, and they're down by 10 to Clark. Through the middle of the ground, he goes to Chapman. Can look over towards Tucker. He does, hit him on the wing. Further down the ground is Banfield, decides to go through the middle. The kick is inside, attacking 50. Packle form, running onto it. Then fumbling Collier to Lowe. Collier has to get rid of it. Brought down from behind. Game-saving tackle. An absolute ripper from Jimmy Webster. He saves the day. Collier was 45 out, right in front, and could have kicked the goal. 20 seconds remaining. Tommy Call at home. 9-11 plays 8-7. The Saints will do it.
So Leanhart in his defensive 50 been solid this evening. Goes down the line, takes no risks. But the mark's been taken by Luke Ryan for Freo. Asari might beat him here for the Dockers. He goes short and finds Brayshaw. And he gets disposal 40 after the siren.
It's career best.
But it's not enough for the Fremantle Dockers as St Kilda come storming home. 9-11-65. They get the win. The Dockers 8-7-55. Let's pump up that song.
I just love the trumpet, so we thought we'd play it a little longer. 9-11-65 plays 8-7-55. An impressive performance from St Kilda, especially in the second half. They kept the Fremantle Dockers to just 3 goals while they piled on 7. It was game winning. We might head down to the boundary in just a moment. We'll catch up with the main man, Maxi King, who will be on Fox in just a few moments.
Will Schofield.
Will Schofield doing the interview down there for Fox.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We were very disappointed after last week, so to come over here at a packed Perth, lots of Freo fans, and get the 4 points is really pleasing.
Did you try to do anything differently after a loss last week, or was it same game plan coming in?
Yeah, we had some things to tighten up. So we did a lot of work through the week, but most of the stuff we've been working on all pre-season, so it's just about getting back to that and playing our way.
4 goals, you're happy with that, with your personal performance?
Yeah, it was a quiet first half and then lucky enough to work into it a bit in the second half. I feel like we worked really well as a forward line today. Jack Higgins was up and about, so good to see him bounce back after last week. So, really pleasing down forward.
How was the battle with Alex Pearce? You two going head-to-head for most of the day?
Yeah, he's a really tough defender and he's really physical. which is something that I need to work on. So, good test for me, and definitely a lot of respect for him.
Is that something you want to get better in your game, that physical nature, that contested work?
Yeah, definitely. These big fullbacks have probably got a few kilos on me at the moment, so it's definitely something I'm working on.
What about getting yourself up the ground? I noticed a little bit you were finding yourself on the wing and up out of the 50. Is that something you want to bring into the game too?
Yeah, I feel like I wasn't really involved in the first half, so I enjoy getting up the ground, getting my hands on the ball a bit, and then trying to rip back hard and lose my defender. So
awesome. Thanks, Max. Have a good trip home.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There goes Maxi King. We like him. We've really
put in a request for Max King to speak to him. We've just heard everything we need to hear there.
Yeah.
Max, are you happy with your 4 goals? Yeah, okay. What else? Physicality?
Yeah, we need to work on that.
Great. What'd you do after half-time? Anything different? We'll just replay that. We can actually.
Yeah, almost. What'd you have for dinner last night, Max?
Go home. Leachy hasn't, our producer's got us a car park where we can't leave until tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just replay that and go home.
Yeah. You can voice some questions now. They can cut his answers into it.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, good.
What's going on there with Leach? It wouldn't happen under Tommy's reign.
Just
in case we have a request for Jack Higgins in, which we do, let's cross down to Jack Higgins thanks to Fox Footy.
No, we won't. We're not going to Jack. We're not going to the Jack. We might get Jack a little later on. The final score, as we said, 9-11-65 to 8-7-55. Let's approach it from St Kilda's perspective. That was an ordinary first half from the Saints. They only kicked the 2 goals, I think it was, till half-time.
Yeah, 2 goals.
Something happened. Tell me, Hammer, what happened after half-time?
Oh, I just think they started to get a little bit of better mid-forward connection. Their mid started to win clearance, started to win the ball at the stoppage, but their forwards just stood up. I mean, Max King was nowhere in the first half, and all of a sudden he's presenting at the ball, he's getting in good positions, he's getting his hands to it, and same with Jack Higgins. They're getting on top of these Fremantle defenders who probably had the rub of them in the first half. So all it takes is a little bit of opportunity and they get on top and they start kicking some goals. But the scoreboard pressure that Fremantle couldn't really put on, the Saints really applied in that second half.
I said today on radio on Dead Set Legends that St Kilda don't really have a player that brings you to the footy. There's no Dusty, Petrarca. Look, Max King, I'm buying tickets to see Max King play.
Yeah.
If he gets another 10 kilos on and keeps his athleticism, a couple of times today, and I still remember back in the days when Bud was a bit skinnier, he'd jump and get twisted in the marking contest. As he said, we just heard that the defenders are often bigger and more physical than him. If he can end up getting his body straight up and down, he's 200 plus centimetres. He's going to be an incredible forward for a long period of time.
I wonder how much longer he's in Perth for. You'd be able to teach him to put 10 on pretty quick, I would have thought.
Sorry, mate. Have you lost all mirrors in your job?
No, mate. I've just moved, actually. No mirrors in our house.
He's still playing.
Yeah, lean as anything.
I'd get him over 100 too. Don't worry about that. One night I took him through an agility course at a bowls club at about 3
I heard about it.
Yeah, I think I've got the footage of that, and I got the win from memory.
So the 7 goals from the Saints in the second half all came from Higgins and King.
Yeah.
So 3 to Higgins and 4 to King.
Yeah, which is fantastic. They stood up when they needed to. Still only kicked 9 goals. Not very often you win a game with 9 goals on the scoreboard. So that's disappointing. Not disappointing, I suppose. But if they do next week, I haven't got in front of me who they're playing. But if King gets shut down or Higgins gets shut down, you need to find other goal kickers. In the second half, to get 7 out of those guys is great, and it's game-winning, match-winning, and they'll go home with 4 points. But they've got to have better avenues, more avenues to goal.
Yeah, exactly. If they're going to make a run at September this year and try and contend in finals, they've got to be able to get more out of other players. Can't just leave it on these guys, because you look at teams like Melbourne, they have, if Ben Brown doesn't kick goals, Bailey Fritsch will, or Charlie Spargo will, or Cozzy Pickett will. There's plenty of other avenues to goal, and all the best teams in the last few years have been able to get lots and multiple goal kickers.
So concerns for the Fremantle Dockers then. They started impressively, or they weren't over-impressive, but they were holding the advantage by 12 at half-time. Lobb had kicked a couple.
Felt like they were in autopilot.
Yeah.
Saints,
and then after that,
couldn't
kick a goal. I mean, I reckon they went 40 minutes without a goal. Freo.
Yeah, I just don't think they could win it at the contest and get anything going forward. You look up the St Kilda's end, obviously Max King's clunking him. You didn't have that down there as a Fremantle forward. You mentioned earlier in the game, X, that the Fremantle forwards, the small forwards, Witkowski, Schultz, they really lifted and they were barometer early. Those guys sort of went missing in that second half when, the St Kilda forwards sort of upped the ante. So it was a tale of 2 halves, but unfortunately for Fremantle, it's got to be 4 quarters for them to be any chance of making it this year.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed by that, but I did say before the game to Hamish off air, behind Andy Brayshaw, there's just not much.
Yeah.
And I feel
so
like
he was superb today. What did he finish with, Beastie?
40, which is a career best for him.
40 possessions.
And I saw the boundary umpire when he was on 39.
Right.
And
he said, you're on 39, son.
And he hit the top, and the boundary umpire collected it before it stopped rolling too. And it was just let it roll out. It might even score a point, the young man.
He was really impressive, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's taken it upon himself, I think, with Fife out of there, and especially Monday this week. He knows that he's going to be a future leader of this footy club, so you've got to take it upon yourself in games like this to step up.
And just quickly, Beast, what did they end on? Fremantle marks inside 50.
I'll find that for you right now,
Thanks,
mate.
Brad Hill was fantastic.
They finished on 3. Where
finished
we're at
on
before.
3. You won't even beat a Waffle Club having 3 marks inside 50. Let's get down to the song. Thanks to Fox Footy, the Mighty Saints.
Waiting for Brad Hill to come in. There we go. They were getting involved. Pretty impressive, too, that they knew Brad Hill wasn't there.
Because he doesn't shut up.
Oh, right.
He just keeps chirping and chirping and chirping.
Now,
I love Brad Hill.
You don't play fantasy footy, but X will like this.
Yeah. I think I know what you're going to say, yeah.
178 for Andy Brayshaw.
Yeah, no, they lost today, but he's best on ground by. No one was in his league today.
120 is good, so that's...
Yeah, that's right.
I'll make sure he keeps a level head, but needed to kick that goal on the last. Let's not make any bones about that. He was running inside 50, shot from 45 and sprayed it.
So could have had 3 kicks, 1. There's a difference. So he's gone from best on ground to potentially the losing.
Well, he'll review that. He'll review that.
Basically,
who's
Andy...
doing the votes out of you two, I want to know, because there's a chance he might get 3 from one and maybe 1 from the other.
No, I still think he was the best player on the ground today. So, I don't know what the votes we're doing here, but that goal aside, the point aside, sorry, he's my 3 vote getter.
I'll do them, but I think you'll agree with them by the time we do them.
Okay. Feed the whole team. I'm not sure 40-piece Chicken McNuggets pack will be enough for this team.
Well, the Beast doesn't... The Beast pretends in here like he's in the health shakes and stuff.
Yeah.
I went past on the way home last night.
Yep.
Car in front of me.
Straight through Macca's. Beastie, how many out of the 40 would you crack into Chicken McNuggets?
Depends on what day it is, whether I'm allowed to eat them or not.
Well, so what are you today? Are you protein or carbs today?
No carbs today. 0 carbs today.
0 carbs. All right.
A keto diet, Beast.
Yeah.
Just certain days.
So on a day where
you
you could tuck into the Chicken McNuggets, how many out of the 40 pack?
40 easy.
40 easy. So we'd have to get you.
No, I'm funnily enough not a big eater. I know I'm fat, but I'm not a big eater.
He just makes terrible choices. He just picks calorie-dense food.
No, it's more the liquid.
Calorie-dense. Calorie-dense. Either way, you cut it.
That's it. So the Chicken McNuggets, the 40-piece, I've gone on a bit about it, but they're available home at 10:30am.
Oh, yeah. 10:30am, roll in, set yourself for a nice brunch. Knock 30 of them off, go back at midday for another lunch.
All right, we'll see how Britt's going down in the rooms in just a few moments.
Problem for Dockers, Sean Darcy. Did his ankle.
Yeah.
Went down into the room.
It might be a broken ankle. I'm not diagnosing with a little roll.
He did play for a few more minutes.
Yeah, no, he's fine. I reckon.
He came back on. And so do you think it's just for them, they've just decided, let's take no more risks, or do you reckon they might have wanted some more pace?
Oh, I think a little bit of Camp A, a little bit of Camp B. Sean Darcy wasn't having a big day. They needed some run. And I think there was an easy out, and it was his ankle.
Because Josh Tracy, I think, hurt himself in the waffle yesterday.
On the weekend. And Taberner's close, but he might be another week or so. So it'll be interesting to see how he trains this week.
Yeah.
How do they fix their goal-kicking problems? Like, is it supply, or is it the fact they don't have enough elite forwards up there to kick enough goals?
They had plenty of supply, but just...
the marks inside 50 is a big one. They're not taking many marks, which means their shots are either on the run or under pressure snaps. So you've got to be able to mark the footy inside 50 to give yourself a good look on goal. That's probably the biggest thing. You can't rely on these snaps or these on-the-run shots to get yourself in the positive for goal kicking.
But a lot of the times they were kicking inside, attacking 50, and Frederick was the man who's charging at the... trying to take mark.
But it doesn't matter if you're 6 foot, 4 foot, 10 foot. If the kicks just continuously keep landing on your head, and St Kilda I thought Battle was fantastic today, dropping into those holes. you're never going to, like, the kicks, if they're smaller players out in front, if they're bigger to advantage, I just feel as though, and it was the class that we said off-air, Hammer, that I don't think Fremantle have there without Bundy, who you try and get the ball into his hands 25 times a game. Fifey's a strong mark around the ground and forward. Doesn't do the kicking part of it towards goal that well. But there's some, and Tabernar, of course, not being there. He's a marker, but he also is a marker who takes the 1v none marks. He works his opponent over, and then manages to get some gap like we saw Max King do over and over again today in the second half. So they've got the players missing that I think will help the avenues to goal. But will they get those players back for next week, the week after, when will COVID come? It's just the connection. 3 marks inside 50, you won't beat any team.
Things could very much change if they have a similar week to the West Coast Eagles.
Yes.
Well, they're going to have a run at some stage.
They're going to have a run at some stage.
Look at Hammer starting
here we go.
Of course, on the list.
All of a sudden, those
feel playing against the West Coast Eagles? That'd be pretty cool next week.
That'd be something, wouldn't it? No, I'm not sure that they'll lose 15 in a week, although it could happen.
You'd be first up, though. You'd be the first on the line.
Well, there's 20 quality waffle players that are on the list.
You're number 1 out of 20, though.
Well, I think there's a Sandover, last year's Sandover medalist on that list of 20, so he'd be right up there.
Yeah, okay.
I would have thought Old Bailey. But no, it depends on the position.
I've got a little theory.
Oh, yeah.
Andy goes to them and says, what's the contract situation?
Yeah.
Hammer plays, I might find another year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
To present that to Andy, if he says that, you play.
Yeah.
You'll be there tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind that, yeah.
If he says that, they'll deliberately spread COVID to get another year on his contract.
Yeah.
Michael Walters' ex, does he need to kick 30 to 40 goals for Freo to make finals this year? Because he's the first 2 weeks he's looked really out of sorts. And again tonight, he didn't really get too much clear ball. He was playing for free kicks, falling over.
He was so
looks
out
a
of
long
sorts.
way off.
It was so out of sorts last year.
Yeah.
So maybe we're thinking about the Sonny Walters, who I thought was one of the top 10 players in the league nearly there for a period of time where he was having 25 and kicking 5 goals a game. He was spectacular. I think that footy might be gone, might be past him. So you might be aiming for 20 goals out of him at the moment because you wouldn't have known he was out there today.
Yeah. They've got to get more from Switkowski and those sort of guys as
well.
Well,
have they ever produced more?
No,
not. So I know we're trying to get more out
goals.
of them. Have they ever produced more?
No.
So I know that you look at the Fremantle list and they're missing those players that can produce more. Nat Fyfe's an absolute champion. Dave Mundy's a superstar as well. They are the ones where you go, they're a bit down or whatever. They need to produce a bit more. But I don't think we've ever seen these guys produce anymore.
Yeah, I think Switkowski got actually a fair bit of the ball today and used it really well, but he's never been one to kick goals. He might kick 1 a game or 2 a game, but you need someone who, on their day, when was it, 2019, when Walters was popping up and kicking 4 or 5.
Yeah, outstanding player.
You know,
Sonny's been an absolute star. Maybe it might be 1 out in the goal square. I think nearly every player in the competition would still be twitchy if they were 1-on-1 with Sonny in the goal square. But when he's in amongst the pack doing the graveyard shift of half forward where you're up, you're down, you're running into numbers, you're being told to get out of the way by forwards. Maybe it is, sorry, Sonny, you're going to go 1-on-1 in the goal square and we're going to give that a go for 20 minutes. If that doesn't work, then you're back in the graveyard shift.
They've designed their forward line around the medium to small kind of forward, like Frederick and Schultz and Switkowski.
Probably only because
and Walters.
Taberner's always injured.
But those guys
need him.
Didn't fire this afternoon. And if you don't get multiple players of those kicking 2 goals each a game, you're never going to kick a big enough score.
Yeah, I thought for those sort of players it was hard in the second half especially. Saints were flooding so many numbers back and they were just able to take intercept marks. Those guys relish the ball on the ground and that's where they create their opportunities by getting front and centre and crumbing goals. But with marks inside 50 for the opposition, intercept marks, it's just so hard for them to be involved.
How about this? So O'Driscoll kicks a goal that gives him a chance. Now he's out there doing some running.
I saw him smile. I saw him smiling.
Come back to earth pretty
running
quickly.
with Liam Henry. He had a big smile on his face. Good on the young man.
Was Liam Henry dropped?
Yeah. Yeah.
All the pre-season talk was he's playing on the wing, he's carving it up, gets one go and then gets the...
It's dropped.
How many goals do you reckon he's kicked, Liam Henry, in his career?
6.
11.
Yeah.
How many games has he played?
21. So a little bit. It's a hard role, small forward.
Yeah.
We saw that's why we shouldn't be taking for granted. Toby Greens and those guys who've done it for so long, and young Rochelle, who's been doing nice things at Adelaide. It's a tough role, and just watching him run now, he's going to be back next week.
Beastie, give us some red Zeds while we await Britt Taylor pulling off the big interview downstairs.
We'll do. Like leading the way for Freo was the man we spoke about, Brayshaw. Career high in disposals for him with 40 in the 40 club now. You can tick that one off. 4 clearances for him, 13 contested possessions, 6 inside 50s to go with 1 goal. And as Tommy touched on, fantasy points-wise, 181. So that's a +3 from Tommy's mention. It's gone up in the interim, Tom. I think so that's a good stat when you can just earn it after the game. That's how hot he was. Ryan, 32 disposals. Young, a career day for him as well, 31 disposals. Brody, 26, 4 clearances, 5 inside 50s. Akers was 24 with 3 clearances. Lobb and Collier had 2 goals apiece. Brad Hill for the Saints led the way. The winning ball getter with 30, 29 for Brad Crouch. 14 of those contested. 4 clearances for him as well. Gresham had 25, 5 clearances and 8 inside 50s. Sinclair, 25, 6 clearances and 5 inside 50s. And Jack Steele, though we thought he was quiet, still an impactful day. 23, 12 contested, 6 clearances, 13 tackles. Higgins, 16 disposals with 4 goals. And King, we spoke about, 6 marks, 4 goals for him. And that's good news coming off 1 goal 3 last week. So his accuracy was a bit of a problem last week against the Pies. The Saints were a +11 in clearances, a +10 in centre-bounce clearances, +8 in inside 50s, and +8 in contested possession. And that's the Triple M Red Z lending stats for the night.
We've buried the lead, Buried the lead. Your mob are on top of the AFL ladder. Hawthorn, 8 points, percentage 173.7.
Wow.
And the story of last night wasn't the Hawks. I don't think they'll make the 8, though. Port Adelaide.
Oh, yeah.
Diabolical. They turned up thinking they were playing witches' hats. They ended up becoming witches' hats.
Well, they got a lot of the footy. Like
it's way too much footy. It's the way they play. The numbers just add up, and it looks good on fantasy, and it looks good on your career averages and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, watching the game yesterday, and I watched it pretty closely because I was bloody thrilled for Sam Mitchell and the Hawks. Hawthorn were going, almost 1 disposal to Port's 2, but they were so dominant.
Slicing them through.
Oh, mate, it was almost like they were wearing the wrong jumpers.
Yeah.
Port and Hawthorn swapped, and the Port players were wearing Hawthorn because it was just simple footy. And Jack Gunston, I think we forget how good he is. Another 3 goals to go. He could have kicked 6 or 7 the week before. Didn't have his kicking boots on. Some of those old boys are good, and the young boys are doing plenty. So, they're going fantastic, the Hawks.
There's 6 teams all on 2 wins. So Collingwood, Sydney, who have been super impressive. Melbourne are in 4th. Brisbane in 5th. Carlton, the Blue Baggers, they're in 6th with 8 wins. Then we go Geelong, Gold Coast, Richmond just outside the 8 with North Melbourne, St Kilda and Fremantle all on 1 win apiece. And then a host of teams haven't won a game. So the Bulldogs, West Coast, Adelaide, the Giants, Essendon and Port Adelaide.
Port, Giants,
Bulldogs.
maybe West Coast, the Bulldogs are the big ones there. 0-2 go 0-3.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs have got Sydney on Thursday night. Sydney are in red hot.
Yeah.
They're flying. How good's Isaac Heaney side, mate?
Oh, yeah.
I know Bud had all the limelight for a very good reason. Isaac Heaney popped up for another 5 the other night.
Well, he'll be on
6 Brownlow.
Yeah, you'd imagine 6 Brownlow.
So that's a marble, that game.
Yeah. Yep.
The doggies, so it gives them a bit of a chance. But as you say, Sydney played some pretty good footy.
Sydney are just Callum Mills is a superstar too. They are so consistent across them. Josh Kennedy's out on the wing.
Yeah, Luke Parker's a workhorse inside
Did
too.
you see the stats on Josh Kennedy, who over the 10-year period, there's not many more consistent players than Bulls. In round 1, I think he had 1 contested disposal and
flipped him onto the wing.
1 clearance or something.
Yeah.
And he kicks it beautifully in fine space.
Paddy McCartan. Yeah. He's been in their best 3 or 4 players for the first 2 weeks.
What a story that is.
Game fantastic.
He is just a fantastic story. I remember playing a game of AFL footy with him when he got knocked out one of the few times he did. Led up at the footy, went underneath him, turned around to pick it up and just got a knee in the face. Missed another 8 or 9 weeks.
Yeah, you might experience it with Andy. Hopefully COVID gets you a game. Hopefully it doesn't ruin Fremantle. Playing with your brother down there too. It's a 1-2 punch that they'll cherish that forever.
This might sound strange, but you think the move to defence has probably allowed him not to have so much concern about his head contact?
Yeah.
He's kind of playing behind rather than being at the football.
We can read
someone
it,
to jump it.
and you're the last impact point, really, because generally the forward's the first impact point. So, yeah, there's not the punches over the head and the legs getting taken out because you're the one usually at the back punching or delivering it. So, yeah, good point.
Yeah, and he has been done, I think, twice by someone coming over for a spoil and maybe a little
elbow
ear massage on the way through,
So the Hawks and Blues will be a good game too next week, considering their starts to the season.
Top of the table clash.
I've cracked gags about the Blues for that long. They are dead set.
Yep.
And then they'll add Adam Chera to it again. Kerno and Harry, they might be the big 1-2 punch in the competition. Midfield depth, George Hewitt from Sydney.
Super.
Finished second in their best and first a few years ago. I was like, well, George Hewitt did. He's been outstanding, another 30. Cripps is at an all-star level that he was 2 or 3 years ago. And Sam Walsh popped in for 30 off limited run-up, and away he goes. They are the real deal, I think.
Well, you look at Fremantle out here, and you said before they've got Andrew and then not much else tonight.
Yeah.
And so, if you were a coach that wanted to, you'd say, right, let's put the clamps on this bloke.
I'd clamp Andy every week.
Well, yeah, put the clamps on him tonight and he's away. Whereas you're playing Carlton.
Matt Kennedy.
Matty Kennedy had 30 in a goal.
A star. Carlton are deep. They
Kennedy,
are so deep.
Cripps, Walsh. You can't.
Hewitt,
Chera. You're not going to. You can't grab them all.
Is Michael Voss that good, or is it more the fact that they've got all their players playing?
All their players playing. Like Charlie Curnow playing, kicking 5.
Cripps had a tough year last year as well, didn't he?
Injured.
Everyone was starting to think, he's done, it's over for him, and all of a sudden, he had a bit of a back. Yeah. Now he's fit.
Oh, he looks
look at what's
super.
But also maybe a bit of a rocket up the backside too.
Yeah.
Names, maybe more fans or would do trade Cripps to Perth again. Now it's just like he's your leader and the star of the team and fit in around. And I think it does help that it was all set up around Paddy Cripps. When Carlton were no good, it was all set up around Paddy Cripps. You used to have a little lapdog come to every stoppage and block for him. But now you stand there, and Paddy Cripps is not hit to every time. You've got the names we've just mentioned.
Yeah.
Even low, he'll still get his percentage that he deserves. But it's so much easier for him. Lower percentage, less people targeting him, and away he goes from stoppages.
And I tell you what, Nat Fyfe, if and when he does come back, could take a lesson out of Cripps' book. He is kicking the ball beautifully at goals.
Isn't he odd? Yeah.
Absolutely, really making the most of them.
Need a break? Book direct and save with Choice Hotels, choicehotels.com. We're still waiting for Britt to...
What's she doing?
Not sure. She's
Come on, Britt.
just saddling up the horse and getting ready.
She's gone home.
She's gone?
Getting Brad Hill
She's
now.
gone to Belmont.
Oh, getting Brad.
Brad Hill.
That's not a bad scoop.
Did the rival station first.
Who?
Who did the rival station?
Brad Hill interview with Not Us first. Britt second.
Oh, here we go. We've got him now.
Let's go down to Britt. Take it away, Britt.
Thanks, boys. Brad, congratulations to you. A wonderful result for the team. But for you personally, what was it like being back in front of a Western Australian crowd against Fremantle?
Yeah, I was actually talking about it on the way here. I have played here once, I think, but it was against West Coast, so it was a bit different playing against the Freo Crews. I got a couple boos early on, but I enjoyed it. It was good to come back home, and I got to see some family as well.
Young Brad Hill at Xavier Ellis here, mate, up in the box.
X-Man.
Hey, mate, fantastic game tonight. Half-time, 2 goals on the scoreboard at half-time. What was said at half-time to try and open it up a bit?
I don't know how it looked on the screens, but I reckon just our disposal use wasn't that great. I think we're going at about 54%, so you can't really score when you're using the ball like that. So at half-time, we just spoke about just playing a little bit more gears, being able to just take a few marks and control the ball and get through their defence. And once I felt like we were able to connect better in that second half. And, Big Maxi King got involved, and Higgins was dangerous up there as well.
Mate, Maxi King kicked 4 after half-time. You've played with some fantastic forwards throughout your career. Where do you project Max King to get to?
You never know. Obviously, I play Buddy, is probably the best, but, Maxi's he's got all the potential in the world, and once he gets going and how big he is, and he's pretty hard to stop. So, yeah, I think he can turn into a really great player. So I'm looking forward to seeing it and playing alongside him.
Yeah, Brad, just lastly, mate, with your on-ball brigade, got the likes of Jack Steele and Seb Ross, when they really get going and get the ball going inside 50, this young brigade you've got going on, how do you guys feed off that going forward, and what does that look like for you guys for the rest of the year if you're going to set up a run at September?
Yeah, they're really good today. I think we're pretty strong from centre bounce as well. We were able to score a fair bit. Last week was probably disappointing. We got smashed in that area, so that was a bit of a focus to be able to be better in the contest. And I thought those boys were terrific. Still he probably didn't get as much of the ball, but I think he had 13 tackles, which is outstanding, and his pressure around there and being able to lock it in and get repeat stoppages. And the likes of Gresham and Crouchy were terrific as well.
Healy, your own game, mate. Last week, you're a little bit slow out of the blocks in the first half, and I think you had 18 after half time, and you've had 30 tonight. love watching you run around. You look really confident and give me the ball. And I think last year the Saints boys probably didn't give you the ball enough. Seems to be a direction to give you the ball when you see and let you make it up as you go.
Yeah, I feel as well that in the back line it's been good just to change it up a little bit and you can sort of get a bit more space and just trying to get those little short little ones and then I can link up from there. So it's been a good start and hopefully I can just keep being consistent throughout the year.
Hey, Hilly, Lockie Reid upstairs as well. Doig
mate.
medalist, but you got booed. How did that make you feel, running out there, your old team and the fans getting stuck into you?
To be honest, I heard it maybe the first couple of times, and then after that,
They lost their voices.
I was sort of in the game, and I wasn't really listening to the crowd too much. I thought they were balling at other blokes.
No, I can tell you, mate, it was you.
And can I just ask also, the X-Man said probably Buddy would be 200 short of 1,000 if
400. I said
400.
Yeah, 400.
If it wasn't the X-Man kicking to him. So if we added the
I think I gave him more goals than X.
Yeah, so 800.
So he really be only on 200 goals. Where were you on Friday night when the Budweiser kicked 1,000?
Yeah, I was sitting at home watching it, so it was awesome to see. And I don't know how he dealt with that with all those people around him. It was pretty crazy, but to see that was terrific, and probably never got to see it ever happen again. And he's been one of the best players over the last couple of decades. So it was awesome to see.
I'll tell you one bloke who definitely would have run on the ground if he was there. Brad Hill would have been out there.
I would have been the first one, mate. I would have been the quickest one there.
Hey, mate, I've always wondered, I used to call you Disturbed. Did you know this bloke used to drive around with number plates? Disturbed.
Have a listen to you, mate. He used to literally run out in the footy field. I remember playing the Box Hill and all I heard is Disturbed. Like, what's going on here?
And, mate, did family get in? Was Stephen here as well watching you play?
Yeah, Stephen came. I gave him a few tickets, and then Mum and three of my sisters were here as well. And then I was able to have dinner with Mum last night. She came into the hotel.
What's Steve doing?
Yeah, what's he doing?
He's playing at Gin actually. So I don't know how they're going to go, but he'll be playing footy there, and I'm not sure how his body's holding up.
You didn't give him a Saints jumper, did you? Just to wear to the game today?
No, I doubt he'd do that. You know, Stephen's very shy person, so I doubt he'd be wearing a Saints guernsey.
Now, Brad, I knew you as a young 18-year-old. Life's changed a lot for you at the moment. How's everything going on the home front?
Yeah, it's been terrific. Obviously, having the young one. I've got a 12-week-old little girl, Harriet. She's been amazing, and she's made it pretty easy on us so far. We're getting 10 to 12 hours a night of sleep, so we're loving it. We're cruising, so it's not affecting our sleep. We're not tired, and she's just been the best baby.
Shut him down. I don't sleep 3 hours a night with my two. How do you go on the nappy front?
You're doing something wrong, mate.
I ended up buying my 3-year-old a double bed, so I just jump in with him.
Do you change the nappies?
Mate, I had this question on my last interview, yeah. Early, on the first 4 days, because obviously Sam went for a little bit, and I did all the nappy changing for the first 4 days. So I was on holidays still, so I was able to help in that department. And when I'm home, I'm always changing nappies.
Beautiful, mate. You're a good man, Hilly. I miss you.
Thanks, mate.
You're a funny bugger, mate. Well done.
You too. See you, mate.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much for joining us on Triple M Footy. All right, let's get stuck into the Triple M VP Award for homeloans.com.au. Homeloans.com.au. When it comes to the fairest home loans, you're the true MVP. Who's doing the votes?
Yeah, I've jotted them down. You want to do them, mate, or what?
Nah, you do them. I've just had a look, and I'm wholeheartedly agreeing.
You concur? Okay, so with the one vote, I've learnt now that you start from the bottom and work, you can climax at the top.
Smart.
Anyway, in a game where absolutely bugger all goals were kicked, St Kilda, small forward, little Higgins running around, made the most of opportunity. Probably could have kicked 6, missed a couple, kicked 4 goals of the 9. Higgins gets the 1 vote for me. 2 votes to the man who was probably close to being the 2 votes for worst on ground in the first half, who turned the game on its head within about 3 minutes of football. Big Maxi King, fantastic display up forward, 4 goals. But it was that patch of 3 minutes where not only did they grab momentum, but he gave their whole football team belief. So Max King with 4 goals gets the 2 votes. And it's not very often you give the 3 votes to a player in the losing team. But, I mean, this man, and we're looking at him closely, obviously sitting next to a proud brother, but Andrew Brayshaw, his football is at the level, if not with the Petrarca types, he's just a beast freckle off him. So his game has gone to a new level, 40 disposals, kicked 1 goal, 2, tackled his backside off, inside 50s. I could go through it all. Absolutely outstanding, and 40 disposals, Andy Brayshaw. And you get 40 disposals for some people, and you get 40. And Andy just popped up, and it was a fantastic 40.
And I think there was 4 holding the balls. That he ran a bloke down from behind to get a holding the ball, which is even more impressive, isn't it? He's doing the defensive things. He's not that midfielder that's just getting a little hand pass over here and then a little 1-2. He's doing all the other stuff.
Yeah, 8 tackles on the night.
8 tackles.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's worked that hard on his fitness. He's rock hard fit now. He's going back both ways, and that sort of it typifies you really rock hard fit.
When he was drafted, Hammond, what sort of player did you project him to be? This, or was it more of an outside? What sort of player did you think he could have been when he was drafted?
Well, yeah, it was interesting.
Other than he could have been on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, he could have been. Well, we were speaking about it. I can't remember who I was having this conversation with. He was nowhere really in conversations for being drafted as a 17-year-old. Played to the TAC Cup Grand Final, was playing okay football, but was on no real radars. And then has just popped up out of nowhere in his 18th year and started really winning his own ball. But he was an athlete beforehand, was a 400-metre runner, and always has been able to really run and spread hard. So that got him a lot of outside ball and worked a bit on his contested game, and obviously went here to Fremantle. But he's really just, I think, developed into an inside mid. Not to the level that I thought he would, but I always thought Angus was the better Brayshaw. So
he
not anymore.
Would be 3, 4, Gussie.
Well, 3.
You
3.
Okay, all right, I'll put him above you.
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't.
He's got one thing though.
Does not fumble.
Yep, little medal.
Yep.
Does not fumble the football.
Yeah.
Andy Brayshaw.
Yeah, he's very
does
clean.
not fumble it ever.
No, he doesn't, and he
Low
works.
centre of gravity, gets his head over it.
He works hard, and I think for him, I remember when he first got drafted, he lived with Lachie Neale for a year and learnt a lot off that in terms of professionalism and the way he goes about it, and has implemented a lot of those sort of things in his game. And with the exception of his goal kicking, which he'll work on, he's turning into a really quality
player. You can only
player.
kick 25 metres. I forgot that.
All right, that was the Triple MVP Award for homeloans.com.au, homeloans.com.au when it comes to the fairest home loans. They're the true MVP. The final score here at Optus Stadium was the Saints. They got over the line 9-11-65. They defeated the Dockers 8-7-55. Hammer, awesome, mate. Great to have you on board this afternoon.
Very much. I've got a cooler pack in the car for the next 6 hours because we can't leave in the cars. I'm just going to sit and have a couple of stubbies.
Beautiful. I'll join you.
Good on you, X-Man.
Ember's back next week.
Oh, well. Yeah.
I think so.
He'll be back.
The Derby.
Derby.
We'll be
right now, who would you pick? Derby.
Fremantle.
I'm going West Coast.
Ooh.
Yeah, players back.
Gotta go. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M, good on you, beast. Rocks footy.